I was running late.
Hey, everybody, as I'm fixing to get out of here because it's ladies talk.
But the DJ had
Love
to
you,
set
bye.
us up. Love you, bye.
Give me a kiss.
I set us up last
In case
week.
the ghost gets you.
I love you.
That's a joke, by the way. If I told you, it's grandma. Just talk to her.
I'm fine with ghosts. Just so far.
It's just my grandmother. Doc just wants to be all stuck up. Well, what? Black folks can't talk to white ghosts?
We got to figure
Your
out.
grandmama don't like black people.
I was
That's
gonna say
a
we got to
lie.
figure out if Grandma liked black women or not. Because
No,
whenever
Eddie-
you wasn't here, she was.
Eddie
Well,
lived
but-
here.
She might like black men, but not black lesbians.
You never know.
What?
It's time to talk. Get on mic right now.
Oh my gosh.
Your intro zone. I already
I
told y'all.
hear it, honey. Okay.
Look,
I want to
I'm
do with
boss.
Steve.
This
I'll
is
start
the-
calling your
this
ass
is the
down
one
here.
time I'm the boss.
Ooh.
You can be the boss everywhere else.
Ooh.
I'm gonna try that one out. See how well it really works.
Oh wait, is
Whew.
this me here?
That's shit.
Oopsie.
Hello, everybody. It is Thursday night, a little bit after 7, and that means you're listening to Ladies Talk on Just for Fun Radio. This is DJ Smiles, and of course, you got the Doc in the Box.
What's up, DJ Smiles?
I got something in my wine, and we've got
Already?
Scotty. Yes, and Scotty was trying to let me know that our queue was up and running. So
Like we can't hear it,
I know, right? I don't know what we would do without men in our life.
you know.
We are also glad to have the beautiful Miss Misty Robertson in the house
Yes,
tonight.
beautiful is an understatement. No, I'm just joking.
I always call her Fabulous Misty, and anybody who knows me when I say Fabulous Misty, they know exactly who I'm talking about.
Because I'm that fabulous.
She is that fabulous. And we have Shelly. She'll be joining us too, my sister-in-law. So we're gonna have a good night.
We have ladies talk. Well, you know, today was crazy for me because I started out with, doing the
this thing month's been crazy, but go ahead.
yeah, this whole month has been crazy. So I finally get to go get the estimate on the car today.
Oh yeah, from our hit and run a few
From
months.
our hit and run.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, actually it was a month ago.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Wow, time
9/17.
flies. I mean, this guy, for anybody who doesn't know the story, some of y'all may know, but it was pretty good. We went to go and visit a future sponsor, and we were leaving the establishment. And whenever we got there, we actually seen this character sitting up behind is a tire place, and he was kind of propped up against the wall, and he had his beats on, and he had some hot pink socks on, and anyway, you couldn't miss him. Okay.
Right.
And so we parked and we go in and we come out, and I'm sitting in the back seat of Doc's car. Doc's driving, Scotty's in the front seat. And I see this car, and it's just like rolling backwards, and it's kind of like rolling towards us. And I'm like, I think this car is going to hit us. It just kept rolling towards us, and I'm like, this car's fixing to hit us. And about that time, the car hit us.
And you were so calm, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we just got hit. And not only did he hit us, he triple tapped us.
Yeah.
Because
How do you do that?
Well, what turns out he was trying to pop the clutch on his car to get his car to start. Is what happened to the poor guy. And look, he had just got the car, apparently, was having it worked on and spent a couple $100 there.
mhm,
Had just went in to check on insurance. Didn't have a tag on it.
mhm.
He popped the clutch after he hit us, and he left.
Scotty, I've never seen Scotty move so quickly. But Scotty's like, are y'all okay? We were like, yeah. So he takes off running after the guy. At that point, I was more worried about Scotty chasing the guy than
I was worried
about
about the gun on his hip.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like, please
yeah.
don't draw the gun.
I was scared for that too. I was like, oh my God, what am I? If Scotty does something, how am I going to cover this up? And Crystal's like, I hope Scotty doesn't pull the gun. I'm thinking, if Scotty pulls the gun, how am I going to cover this?
We've already tried to figure out how we're going to cover it.
Just
But
I
the
mean,
thing is, although he left without a tag and all this stuff, the guy just didn't think this through because he had just left the auto place and they had all of his information. He had just left the insurance place. They had all of his information.
copy
So,
of his license.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
anyway, she sent him
Men are
straight to the
smart.
front
Men are
door.
smart sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. So you're just now getting an
I'm
estimate.
just
huh?
now getting an estimate because I went by and talked to Rob, and Rob was
At
like,
Rob's performance.
performance. So he was like, Doc, I don't even mess with white pearl cars because my car is white
White
pearl.
girl, Carl.
White pearl.
Oh
my
I was gonna say you
gosh.
messed with my car.
No, white pearl.
I know what you said. I'm kidding.
So he was like, because pearl is the hardest color to match.
Oh, I didn't know
But
that.
it's so pretty.
It
It's
is
very
pretty. So he was like, I'm not doing it. So he gave me the name of this other repair place, and I took the car up there, and they were like, well, we can't get you an estimate. It's going to be about a week and a half. And I'm thinking to myself, if I have to wait a week and a half, I'm going to lose my momentum for doing this. So I go over today. Nationwide set me up with a drive-through claims adjuster at this facility off of Lithonia Industrial Boulevard. So
Just grab a chair, Shelly.
yeah, just grab a chair.
We'll turn whichever mic on that you grab. I just see headphones at that one right there. So go ahead. Shelly made it in the studios.
Yay,
Everybody,
Shelley.
welcome Shelly to the show.
So we get I'm doing the estimate today, and the guy's name that did my estimate was Vincent. So I told him, because he's talking about that he was going to put Bondo on my bumper. And I was like, okay, walk me through this. I said, you're about to put Bondo on a plastic bumper. I said, do you know how this is going to work out?
I can just see the way you said it and everything.
Yeah.
You're like, you're going to do what? To
Yeah.
my car?
I said, I said, let me tell you who I am. I said, first of all, I'm a host on a morning radio show.
He's going to blast you if my car looks like crap.
That's exactly what I told him. I said, and second, I own a podcast network of 300,000 listeners. I said, you jack up my car, I'm going to jack up your business.
And Rob's over there probably thinking, see, I told you I wasn't doing it. I'm just kidding.
But, so he's like, no, I got you. And he's like, so are you threatening me? I said, baby, it's not a threat. It's a promise. Google me.
Google me. Google me.
that.
Google
I
me.
like the Google me.
I love that so much.
Yeah. Google me.
Don't Google me though. I don't know.
Just Google Fabulous Misty.
Right. So that was
And
my
there's no
day.
telling what you
Yeah,
might find.
There's a disclaimer on that. I can't be responsible. For
She's like, I can't be responsible for what you find.
I just want to test Shelly's mic real quick. If you'll just say hi, Shelly.
Hi.
Yep.
how are you,
Okay,
Crystal?
we got you.
Yay.
All right. I just want to make sure that you were on mic 4. I was receiving text from, I'm going to call him the boss since I'm working right now.
The boss. Really?
Yeah.
Don't make its head get bigger.
It's okay. It's okay sometimes.
We
Yeah.
were getting
Nothing
texts
wrong
from the
with that.
man upstairs.
Okay. The man upstairs.
The man upstairs.
That actually sounds better. Friend.
That does sound better. That does sound better. But so long story short, are they fixing your car?
I don't know. I still want to take it to that other place, because they're talking about putting Bondo on a plastic bumper. We ain't rolling with that.
I don't know enough about that kind of stuff to say that's okay or not. So maybe there's somebody listening. and
Rob
they'll-
told me don't do that. So,
Oh, okay.
mhm,
Well, there
girl,
you go.
I'm listening. I was
Yeah.
like, my ears were all perked up.
Well, tell Rob to fix it, and we'll just find someone else to match the paint color. If
Rob-
that's the real issue.
Rob said he would never touch
Or is he
another car.
scared of you blasting him on the
I would
show?
not blast Rob. I
No.
mean, Rob is one of our sponsors, and that's what I told that's what I told Vincent. I said, if you were one of our sponsors, I'd have to talk nice about you. I was like, but you're not a sponsor, so I can keep it real.
Everybody out there, remember that.
Yeah.
If you ever want to keep it safe, you want to keep your reputation safe,
Become
just
a
go ahead and
sponsor.
sign up, be a
Just sign up.
sponsor, and I promise you, we will not talk bad about you.
But can you not go to the dealership, the car dealership, and get a matching paint?
Yeah, you can, but you can't match pearl. That's the thing, because pearl oxidizes over time.
So okay, I got you.
So then they just need to repaint the whole car.
Yeah,
Right.
That sounds.
I mean, it's got to be part of the estimate. I mean, you're having.
But
to
he
file a
didn't put
claim.
that in the estimate. So
Well,
I
he
was
might
like,
have to
needs
rethink
it.
that.
I was like,
Yeah, maybe he just didn't know.
I'm like, I'm gonna give you a couple of options. Google me.
That Google me just cracks me up. I'm
that's
gonna
great.
remember that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just tell him to Google you, DJ Smiles.
yeah. So I was in Atlanta today, and I'm going to tell you, Atlanta traffic never gets any better. It is horrible. I had to get off. I think I was on 285 West, and I got off to where I was going to be having to get on the 400 connector. And it was horrible because as soon as you get off, there's like 4 or 5 lanes.
Mhm.
And if you're not paying attention and the traffic's flying, there's no way you're going to get over there. So
No.
I missed it. And you know how it is in Atlanta. If you
You have
miss
to- yeah.
something like that, yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
okay. All of a sudden, you've gone from you're 1 mile from your destination to you're 8 miles from your destination. And I had about 10 minutes to get there. And I'm like, really? Oh, well. Hang
See?
on, Zay.
And y'all were laughing at me when I drove on 285.
I was going the speed limit, Doc. I promise.
Okay, so everybody, I drove Crystal and the baby one day. And so Crystal, she doesn't say anything to me when we get back, but she says to Scotty, have you ever ridden with Doc before, Scotty's like, yeah, she drives like an old lady.
Oh my God. On the expressway. I mean, it was like 10 and 2,
But do you stay in the right lane at least?
right lane the whole
Yeah,
time.
That's wonderful.
No, you
thank
don't. Do you really? No, I
No,
can't.
no, I don't. But I
Oh.
appreciate people who drive slow that do.
Oh,
because I
okay.
hate
Yeah,
in
yeah,
my lane,
yeah.
which is the left lane.
But these cars were flying by us. I mean, this had to be like at a 3. It was on a Friday. It was about 3 p.m. And I was going, okay, God, you got this. Jesus, take the wheel because we got this.
We never
And
went
we
over
made it.
65 miles an
Obviously,
hour.
we made it.
Same
No,
thing
we didn't.
first.
Yes. Yeah.
We-
I had my seatbelt on. She could have went a little faster. I was just
We
like,
had the baby in the car. We can't go faster with the baby.
Oh,
you're right. Okay. You are right. You are right. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. Anybody who listened to last week's show, we cut out early because it was just me and Doc. So we are so glad y'all are here with us tonight because
Yes.
last week Scotty had bike night at Harley, and he said that went pretty well for him. Had a lot of people show up. It was a good time. But in the meantime, we're sitting here by ourselves, and
Mhm.
I'm telling you,
It wasn't a
something
good
was
time for
going
us,
on in
yeah.
the studio.
It was a little
It sounded like
spooky.
someone was trying to come in the door, and there was just a lot of stuff going on. So next thing you know, we cut the show off about 15, 20 minutes early, and we were just out.
No, I look at Crystal and I was like, girl, we going upstairs. Come on. She's like, I was like, girl, come on. Let's go.
Look, I mean, in like less than a couple minutes, I'm trying to shut everything down here, and she had everything in her hands. Come on. And I felt like we were in one of those bad movies. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like crazy. So anybody who listened last week, we do apologize for our quick exit, but I don't anticipate any of that happening tonight because we got a full crew, and I just heard Scotty sneeze upstairs. So he's up there. I hope that's Scotty sneezing.
Crystal, don't even start.
I'll investigate. I'm that white.
You know what? You gonna be
I'm that
the white girl that goes up
That's
first,
me.
and everybody's like, "No, no,
No,
You'll
don't
probably
go
just want
up.
to talk my ear off.
That was me last week because I was going up there, and,
I have
and
that face.
she was walking up the steps behind me, and I'm going, "Oh my gosh, what am I walking into?" But we lived through that too.
We lived through that.
Yeah.
And so Scotty comes home and we are both literally sitting on the sofa, huddled up together like kids who are in trouble. And he's like, what are y'all
what in
doing?
the world is going on? We're like, we're scared.
We're scared. I hadn't even gone to the bathroom. I'm like, turn the light on so I can go to the bathroom.
So we were pretty creeped out, but it was it is what it is. So
But we won't do that again. We will always
No.
make sure that we have guests in the studio.
yep.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get through our drink, and we decided to venture out.
Y'all are scared.
Yeah. And
Y'all are
we
terrified.
actually mixed drinks. We did fuzzy navels last
Yes.
week, and we had these nice big glasses, full of ice. And there's probably a 32-ounce glass.
Yes.
And we didn't even get like 8 ounces out of it. We were just like, okay,
Yeah, we were scared.
yeah, that's pretty
So
bad.
Y'all would never intentionally stay like in a haunted hotel.
Yeah, no, we're good.
No,
No?
I'm okay.
Mm-mm.
No, because
Okay.
even with a gun is not going to help you with a
No,
ghost.
not
So,
at
No, it's not.
Jesus
no.
helps you with that.
Crystal couldn't even find the gun though. She's like, "Where's the gun?"
I was
I'm
looking.
like-
I was seriously looking. For
she
the
was
gun.
looking for it, and so I'm, and I'm kind of glad that we didn't find the gun because we would have shot up the studio.
Bam, bam, bam. Especially whenever that door was rattling over there. We're like, is the stick in the door? Like the stick's in the door, but somebody's still trying to come in.
Yeah, so yeah,
So-
Scotty would have come home to holes in the studio.
Yep. I'm not sure if our insurance would cover that.
Maybe not.
Nope. But anyway, that right there is yeah. And actually, last week's subject I want to touch base on. I want to revisit that subject
Yes,
at some point
we
because
definitely
it
do.
was a really, really good subject, and we had some people that were we were speaking of parents who were raising disabled children.
disabled and special needs.
Yes.
Yes,
And it was a really, really good topic, and we had a lot of great people calling in. We even had a young girl call in. She was a sibling to a brother who with special needs, and I mean, it was a really good topic, and I hate that it got kind of cut short. So everybody, we'll
do a part 2 of that
Yeah, we
one,
will do.
and hopefully I can get Rockdale Autism Group
yes
to come into the studio with
That would be
us.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for bearing with us. We're gonna have our moments too. But tonight's topic,
Oh, girl, tonight's topic.
we've had people waiting for this topic for many weeks now. Whenever we first spoke a ladies talk, we put this one on the calendar. So
Well, and it was so funny because in my brief intermission at my other home today, because, I live here at Just for Fun Radio. And so I went to
She
my
does.
other house and my mom's like, well, what's the topic tonight? I was like, interracial relationship. She goes, oh, honey, I don't know why you want to talk about that. I was like, because it's a real, interracial relationships, there are a lot of different struggles. And my mom is like, She's like, you always just want to go stir up some mess.
And this, I can just see. And if I want to try to paint this picture of your mother because I met her for the first time just a couple of weeks ago. And she's, how old is your mom?
78.
But you know how, and here we go, but Black women don't age to me. Like their skin looks really, really nice.
Because black don't crack.
Yes. I mean, she's
Some
got
black
like this
crack.
beautiful face and she's got like the real pretty silver gray hair. And you can just tell she's got a world of knowledge as far as life goes.
She's a lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's very, her voice was very soothing. And the time I met her, I kind of needed it. I needed to hear
Mhm.
that voice. So I can just hear your mom saying that. And I bet you she's,
Yeah,
oh
she was
Lord,
like-
they stir in the pot. I
She-
hope she's listening.
She was like, I don't know why you want to go talk about stuff like that. I was like, I love you, Mama. Have a good night. She's like,
Well, anyway, I am okay with trading on this water. I have I don't know. I have a great perspective of it. I feel like I do. I know a lot of great people that are involved in interracial relationships, and I've seen a lot of very healthy ones.
Yes.
So, everybody's going to have their own opinion and that kind of good stuff. And there's a lot more than just the relationship itself that comes out of it. You've got families that come from it. You've got a lot involved there that people, they look past because they're so caught up in the statistics and the colors. So I'm excited about this topic for sure. And I know we got a lot of great people listening because in fact, I need to go ahead and
Oh, yeah, we didn't.
pull up my
Where's
Facebook and stuff
my
because
phone is somewhere.
social media, I'm sure we have people already saying, hey, Crystal. But everybody know that you can
You can
interact
call
with
in.
us. You can call in. You want to tell them what the number is, Misty?
Yes. Because this is the real number. 678-760-1556.
There
And I
you
want to say hey to Nicole because she's listening to me.
Hi,
Hey, Nicole.
So we got a couple more minutes and it'll be time for our first commercial break, if you can believe that or not. But
Time flies.
and we're gonna dig right into this as soon as we get back. And I've got to get used to having two mice or mouse.
Two mouths.
What does it be?
We do this I do
Okay.
this every time. So
Well, I didn't correct you. You were like, mice, mouse.
I know,
I
just
don't-
being
I think
funny.
either or is correct.
Anyway, I
She
have
just got two of them.
I'll be over here
things.
trying to use this one. Two balls. There's two balls. And I'm trying to figure out, do I need to use the
Nice.
left one or the right one?
Nice.
But I use the right one for the program and I use the left one for everything else. So
Well, the boss is the man upstairs is switching us over to a Mac.
yes, they were working on that yesterday, him and Billy. And was it yesterday or today? My days run together. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to learn a whole new program.
It's backwards, but it's wonderful.
sweet.
It totally is great.
Backwards is going to be, that's why Scotty's had it for a year and hasn't got it up and going yet.
Because I just had like a regular PC for years and years, and just recently I got an Apple computer. And it's
Sweet.
so wonderful.
Well, we're gonna see shortly. Everybody hang tight. This is DJ Smiles, the doc. We got Fabulous Misty and Shelly in the house. We will be back shortly after this break. We got to go pay some bills.
Yes, that's right.
Gosh, those minutes went by really fast, didn't they?
Do you want to scoot down so that you can be on the video thing?
Yeah, let's.
Oh, we gotta adjust.
We
the
can adjust
camera.
the camera. Let me
You
do
are
this
making
right
me
here.
get out of my comfort zone, Crystal.
Why?
No, you're good. Hey,
do wanna get
sometimes
some
we
How do
have
we
to
do it?
step
Do
out
we
of
have
our
to slide it back?
This is a coordinate.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I'll get up and slide.
if the questions
Okay.
get crazy, I might need one. No, I really don't. I'll just be truthful without one. I
No,
don't
you
give a
just
crap.
need to be truthful.
I'm
You have
fine.
one. I got
Look,
you.
girl,
You
that's
shut
just
the
be
damn
you.
thing.
Oh, see, that could be the problem.
Oh, it's attached.
You
to
and
it.
you.
Oh, I do that.
If it gets too crazy,
I
you just
do.
take the whole bottle of wine. Be like, all right, y'all.
I need some.
Put two straws in, one for me, one for Shelly.
Keep going back. Oh, there you
Oh,
got
there
it.
she
You got her.
That's good.
I think so. Wait, no, you don't have her.
Wait,
Want me
wait.
to scoot down?
Go back a little bit more, Crystal.
I only see like her face.
Can we like go over that way a little bit?
just like
This way?
Yeah, right there.
Right there,
There she
perfect.
is.
Crystal is the master of camera moving.
So I was doing laundry last night down here. Scotty says right before I walk downstairs, if you hear anything, see anything, it's just grandma. You
That
would?
doesn't
Did
bother
you hear
me.
anything?
Y'all
or see
never
anything?
Well,
had to deal
okay,
with
so I
those
was
things?
in there, and I don't know if there might be another machine making noise besides the ones I was using, but I was like, yeah, I heard some things.
Yeah.
That was the
Oh,
last time I did
Misty,
that
lean
was
into
when-
the mic when you talk.
Okay.
I'm catching up on texts.
Okay.
And Scotty wants to be referred to as the man.
The man.
No, he's the man upstairs.
I went ahead and brought another glass just in case.
Yes, thank you. I was totally fine with straight out the bottle. I don't know why.
Yeah,
You're welcome to go
right.
straight out of the bottle.
Just go. I'll go ahead and take some.
She's like, I'm just drinking
I'm
it
just
straight
gonna
out the
go ahead.
bottle.
Just.
She's like, I'm just gonna take it to the head.
And it's nice to meet you, Anise. I'm sorry.
Very nice to
This is
meet
the
you.
first time I've met
Oh,
you. I
is
guess.
it really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought y'all already met.
It,
I know you
it
met
doesn't
Shelley,
matter. It
right?
feels like I know her anyway, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
I know, because we see each other on Facebook all the time. I'm like, hey, girl.
I don't know what song this is. I just seen Jennifer Lopez
Oh,
and
yeah,
bit
that's-
over there real fast.
You're
Because you
doing it
do
well.
it.
Well, we doing it well.
You do it.
Because your hair is banging.
Oh, my side braids. Zach needs to get his tail back here and do my hair. I'm not
So that's what
joking.
happened to
long
my
has it
hair.
been
I
done?
had to let somebody else do it because he wasn't in town, and I ended up with some. I was like, "Hell, what is this? What did you do?" So I went home and did it myself. I'm like, "That's sad when I could do it myself." I mean,
It looks good, though. See, I
Okay.
could never pull off that.
strawberry short.
I never could do it.
I had my hair that color last
I
October.
love this
Did
color.
you really? See, I would look old with that color hair. I just can't do it. But he's got to do because this is all gray. I've been wearing this side braid for like way
But
too
it's-
long.
But your hair is lighter, so it's
I'm
harder
tired.
to tell. Because like
Yeah.
for me, like right here is like I get like this streak, and like I think it would be cool. Like
Just have like a gray streak going.
I thought that would be cool, but I
No.
do things I'm not supposed to do with like younger people. So I want it like no, because everybody's like because you know once that starts coming out, there nobody's saying like you'd never think you were that age. Like they're like, damn, bitch, how old are you? What's happening?
So whenever we go back, I'll let you
Take it
thread into it. I'll let you take it off.
because there's
I guess I
actually
need
a
to go.
blog.
And I was gonna pull up and look up like the history of interracial relation. Well,
Yeah,
I could
because when you
never say
posted
it
that, I
right.
was like, "Oh, you got the history, go girl!"
I mean, because I did look it up and kind of the other day just to, but you know, it goes back a lot further than everybody thinks it does. and,
Yeah,
you know.
Well, Frederick Douglass was married to a white lady.
Mhm. So I'm gonna pull that up. And if there's anything that we do, like if y'all mention anything, what I'll try to do is like pull it up
Well-
as you mention it, so it'll be right there in front of you.
Well, you know, like slavery. You know, not only African people were sold into slavery, also Irish people were, and you know, like the Irish, there were mixed children come from that. You know, like the Nazis would, you know, rape.
Well, you know, I'm
African.
glad you said that because interracial, a lot of people automatically think black and white,
It's
but
not,
that's
though.
not.
It's
you know,
whatever.
it's
Right.
if there's two different races, regardless of what it is, if they mix,
Yeah,
there
I
you
just
go.
don't
You've
see what-
mingled the race.
Yeah,
So,
it
Yeah.
doesn't-
I mean,
I just think you like what you like.
yeah.
Lisa, I just want to tell you about her friend. Like her only friend in Kansas right now is Elijah, and he's in the same building as us. And we took him with us to go to Dairy Queen and have her little birthday celebration. And he was telling us about his dad. Well, his dad's in Mexico with his like 6 or 7 brothers. And we're just kind of like, wow. He wouldn't. I mean, he doesn't talk about it any other time, but his dad's Mexican, and his mom is African American.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
So he's light.
I
He's
bet
kind of
he's
light.
cute.
I bet he is.
Yes.
Ooh.
And he plays
That's
plays
one
football.
thing.
So he's
Like
teaching
I
her
said,
to play
whatever they
football.
want to say. They make some beautiful babies. My kid's got a bunch of, and my cousin's got a bunch of little Mexican babies, and they're beautiful.
My sister Ashley does too. Well,
yeah,
she
they're
got 3.
beautiful. Yep. All right, we are back.
We're back.
We're back. We're back. The wine is flowing.
Yes, the libations are flowing and the liberation is coming.
Yes, it is. Praise the Lord.
So,
Ooh-wee.
you know, when I think it was Misty that mentioned this topic, and it was so funny when Misty had mentioned it, I'd actually read a really popular blog that made it to the New York Times and the Huffington Post about a young lady involved in an interracial relationship. And, you know, she actually worked as a waitress, and someone had left a very offensive note to her. And so she just fired back on her blog, and she never expected it to go viral the way that it did. And I was like, you know, because I have, you know, up until I got married, everyone that I had dated had been white. And I never thought about it like that until I was sitting down thinking one day, and I was like, huh. You know, and now being married, you know, when we go to family events and I have no rhythm, I'm like, yeah, that got left behind a couple of years ago. And, you know, but it's a lot more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad that we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to actually toss the ball to Misty.
Oh Lord.
Catch.
Oh, I don't know. I've never thought about it. Honestly, I've never. My family is always. I come from a family that has had a huge problem with it. Some of them still have it, but we don't talk to them, so it's okay.
But you know, you have beautiful kids, and
Oh,
I feel like
they're
your
great.
kids have like changed a lot of people's point of view on that. Somebody
Yeah.
called. Please call back. I was trying to answer, but I didn't get to it. So call me back.
Oh yeah,
Or call us back.
I remember. I mean, I know Al for sure.
Oh yeah.
I love
Well,
Al.
yeah.
He is the best. But I remember that day when something happened and it broke his heart that he did it, and he's been different ever since. And that's so crazy to me because I don't think about it like that. I just think, you know, they're my kids. I don't
Right.
know. I mean, if somebody, God help
oh God, I know.
anybody that comes-
I already know where you're going with this. You
Yes.
know, I don't care
I do
what the
not.
topic be. If you tread on our children,
Lord.
yeah, that's
We're
not
coming
gonna be
for you.
good because
Yeah.
we're moms, and that's just what moms do. So here you go. Let's answer this call.
Did we get him?
Oh,
You
Crystal,
hung up
are
on
you
him.
there? Thank you for calling Ladies Talk. You're live. I don't think I hung up. Hello.
I think they.
I think
I think they hung up.
You have 7 saved messages.
Oh,
We don't-
okay. I'm just. All right, you're live. Sorry, I do not know how to answer the phone. Now they hung up. Let me call them back this time because I'm sure that I'm quite sure that was me. Sorry about that. Okay. We need an iPhone down here. This phone stinks. I'm just saying.
Oh well.
No, we need to
Yeah.
use the switchboard that I had requested from the boss, the man
The man.
upstairs.
The man.
The man. Yeah,
Don't
the man.
Hello, this is Ladies Talk. I'm calling you back because I don't know how to use a phone. So you're live. Hello.
Hello?
You're live on Ladies Talk. Can you hear us?
Hi, this is Nicole.
Oh Lord. Hey, what do you got? I done told you need a white man. So what do you want to contribute? Because we found one for you that one time at the drag show, and you said no.
No, that's funny.
Seriously, she really does. I'm not lying.
She needs a white
And Misty
man.
knows what you need, so I'm not sure. We
Yes.
don't know the whole story, but apparently she's got it all figured out for you.
I can't fix myself, but I can fix you. That's how that goes. I love you and thanks for calling.
Hello.
Can you not hear us at all?
I think she's
Yeah, I
driving.
can
Like I
hear
hear a
you.
car going beep beep.
Lord
was
have
that me?
mercy. That's so. I hope that was.
That's probably. It's probably me. I'm going dead.
Aw. What would you like to contribute about interracial relationships? Because you know you love my fabulous
Well,
children.
Well, you know, I don't know too much about it. I'm not into the interracial thing. But what I can say is Misty, on the other hand, happens to be a mother of my dear little cousin, Jonah. which is
Aw.
a sweet little interracial son of hers that she had. And I love Misty. I love her girls. I love their whole family. The whole
Oh,
I didn't do it.
I
no,
swear
she,
I didn't pay her to say that, y'all.
she said that her phone was dying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Darn. Oh, well, I was gonna say hope she can hear us, but her phone died. So I'm hoping that she'll get to tune back in. If not, she can go to YouTube later and watch it because because we
Yay.
are live on YouTube. But
Yes, we
you
are.
do have beautiful children,
Thank you.
and you're an amazing mother. And I know whenever everybody, my family and your family, when it first was heard, hey, Misty's going to be a mom, and and it's going to be a mixed baby. Well, we were raised.
That wasn't the only problem, but you know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you share your story because I'm not gonna put it all out there.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not-
I don't mind.
but I know
I didn't know he was like 13 or 14 years older than me, and I didn't know that he was married until after I was pregnant.
Wow.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
That
Yep,
was fun.
yep.
Super nice.
And how old is that now?
Anthony, he'll be 18 in December.
That is
and
unreal.
he is a senior. This
That
year.
is, and he is gorgeous. I'm
He
pulling
is.
him up like right
He
Yeah,
is
pull
super
him up.
gorgeous.
because he is gorgeous.
And he's also funny.
And
He
he's
gets it
funny and
from
he's
me.
so smart. I mean, this
Super
kid
smart.
was like speaking, different languages and stuff by the time he was like 10. And I mean,
Like, he-
she's just like this amazing mom. And I'm not just saying that because
Well, he could have an entire
love her.
conversation with an adult by the time he was like 1 or 1.5. He's been. Well, I mean, I'm his mom. We talk. We're communicators.
Yep.
That's what we do.
well, what is what's his name on Facebook? Am I missing it?
Robertson.
Okay, I thought so. But growing up, I know that most all of us are kind of from the same, or we are from the same age group.
Yeah.
I know that I was raised to where it was okay to have friends of any color or whatever, but you did not mix. I mean, that's just the way I was brought up. It was just the way of the time, and my mom taught it, my dad taught it, and when I had my kids, I felt like I had gotten to the point to where, you know what, if you can find real love, no matter what color it is, you just want them to be happy for the
Mhm.
most part. But I still had to warn, especially my girls. I would be like, you know what? I don't know what you're gonna say to your granddaddy. I don't know what you're gonna say to your Uncle Sean. We will work this out. But even throughout the years, I've watched them even evolve and be a lot more loving and understanding because the world we live in isn't what it was 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh, no.
No.
It just
Some
isn't.
places still are though. South Georgia hadn't changed very much.
Oh, really?
That's
And so,
where I'm from.
that's something
Yeah.
else is like the area. Because,
Yeah.
I was married to someone who was from up north, and he said where he was from that it was never a problem.
Yeah, lots of people don't have problems, and they don't understand when they come here that,
Mhm.
that some
It's a
people
huge
step.
issue.
Well, even in like Newton County and Rockdale County, it's not that bad anymore, but it's still pretty bad.
Well, whenever I was in Newton County High School, my class would have been class of 93. So it was around 90 to 93. It was bad then.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was just like that was going through. There was such an era then that, I mean, you couldn't even be friends with the race and it'd be
Yeah.
okay. I was like, that right there was just a little bit much. In fact, it got to be violent back during that time.
Well, it was almost, because I started dating people from Newton County around that time. And it was almost like a trend in this area. And I was like, oh my gosh, really, we're going to do this.
Yeah, I don't care for that, like
No.
being trendy or nothing. I just do whatever I want to do.
You do
so.
whatever feels good.
Yeah, but I remember not being able to have a 16th birthday party because my best friend, she was black, and I couldn't invite her. And so I was told that either I can have a party and have a sweet 16 like other people and not invite her, or not have one at all. So I just didn't have one at all.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a statement.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
still my best. We're still great friends. I love her to death. Hey, Christina.
Yay.
Yeah. When I had some issues, I mean, her family took me in just like I was theirs. They invite us to their family reunion every year. I'm part of their family, and
Wow.
they're part of mine. So I mean, it's just the way that it is. I mean, sometimes other people's family. I mean, family isn't always blood. Family is
Mm.
who loves you when you need to be loved.
That's exactly right.
Girl, haven't we
You
learned
said
that?
a mouthful there.
Yes.
You really did. I mean, I have an amazing family, and I'm lucky for, how close I am to my immediate family. Well, we're close as far as our hearts go. We're not as close in distance as we want to be because we all got our own families. But what I mean by that is, my family, my brother, well, it's just me and my brother really as far as immediate goes. And we've always stood by each other no matter what.
Always.
No
Yeah.
matter what. I mean, it
Always.
doesn't matter. And I know that he would have loved me no matter what my choices would have been as far as race or sex goes. But a lot of people are not like that. So,
No, not at all.
all right, you have reached the Ladies Talk and you are live.
Good evening, ladies. How are you?
We're
Hi,
good.
Drew. How are you?
Fine. How are you, Doc?
I am awesome. How's school going?
Awesome.
Very good.
That's
very
my favorite
good.
word.
Uh,
Awesome.
Yes.
I say it a lot.
A's, B's, and C's so far.
A C.
Oh, did it?
He hung up on us. I'm not touching the phone, so don't
No.
anybody blame it on Crystal. I'm just saying. I'm not doing it.
She's
But,
like, it's not me.
And I have friends who have children who have become my friends who I remember she came to work and she would be okay with me talking about this. I had to just pause for a second and think I don't want to make anybody mad, but I know that they're most likely listening. But she came to work, and whenever she initially found out that her daughter was pregnant, she was excited. And then she found out, I don't even know
What is going on?
I don't even know what's going
phone's
on.
ringing,
The
the
phone is
intro
ringing,
music is
everything is happening. I'm telling you. Y'all see, I haven't touched
No.
anything.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm sorry. that was me.
welcome back.
That,
That was you.
that was me, apparently.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Drew. Thanks for calling in. Are you listening to the show?
Yes, I am.
Yay.
But I would just like to join in on the conversation with interracial relationships.
It's okay. I can't say it neither. I just can't get it right.
But my personal opinion is I really don't care because I love everybody. I just prefer. I got my type. Let's just put it that way. But I love everybody.
Love is blind. And I mean,
Yeah.
love doesn't see color and anything like that, or race. Whenever you love someone, you just love them.
You just love
Yeah.
them.
Well,
yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
have their own personal preference, and nobody should feel bad about that. Nobody should, but you shouldn't force your preference on somebody else. But
True.
you can prefer
Right.
whatever you like, and it doesn't bother me not one bit.
That's right.
Right.
Right. And that's what I want other people to understand about other issues too, is everybody doesn't have to have the same opinion you do.
That's why
And
we have
that's
freedom
what-
of choice. That's why we live in a world to where we're all free to make our own choices and love who we want to love and do what we want to do. And if I don't like what
Yeah,
somebody
but-
else does, I shouldn't be concerned with it. I shouldn't let it affect me. And I should not force my
But-
opinion on them.
Yeah, but it seems like that people in today's society forget that. And so that's why you have stuff on the news and everywhere.
You're right.
So that's just my opinion.
People's negative opinions and negative way of thinking fills our news feeds and our social media and everything every day. And most
Yeah.
of it's controversy over someone who doesn't agree with something else that somebody else likes. So it's crazy. And it
Right.
seems to be getting
Okay.
worse instead of better. Controversy.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
Yep.
does.
Well,
Okay.
Drew, we
Bye,
appreciate you calling in.
No problem. Catch you on the flip side.
All right, Drew.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Drew needs to join us for Halloween at the social house. I bet that would be fun. Maybe he can try to.
Yeah, that would be
Make it
awesome.
up.
Drew is like one of our, we have a huge fan base of all of our shows, and Drew listens to all of our shows all the time. And
That's sweet. Though.
yeah,
That's
he
great.
he's an awesome guy.
He
He's
really
an
is.
awesome guy.
He is.
That
He
sounds
comes from
very
an
sweet.
awesome family, and he's
Sounds
a good
sweet.
guy.
Yeah.
But yep. Well, what I was saying is, my friend came to work. Her daughter was pregnant. She was excited that her daughter was pregnant. Then all of a sudden, whenever she heard, it was by a black guy, she, I know that, of course, the love for her daughter didn't change, but her attitude changed a little bit. And then she started thinking, how am I going to explain this to people? How are people going to react? That kind of stuff. But
Mhm.
let me tell you, whenever that baby was born, her whole world changed. Her whole perspective changed. And now her daughter is with the most amazing man. I will say, like, the first guy she was with was not so great.
Yeah,
But since then, and they're actually getting married this coming up Saturday, and they have a child together now, a little boy, and
He's so
he's gorgeous.
he's
And
beautiful.
and her daughter is, she was born premature. She weighed like right around 3 pounds, and she was in the hospital for about six weeks. And this is her oldest daughter, or her oldest child. And anyway, we just have a bond with these kids, and they're absolutely amazing. And the guy she's getting ready to marry is, I don't care what color he is. He loves her, and he's been such a great dad to Layla. And
Yeah,
yes,
a man
I just
is
named
a man.
her.
It doesn't matter what color they are.
Right.
And he's from New Orleans too. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's got a guy from New Orleans. What is she thinking? And I didn't care about his color. I was like, he's from New Orleans.
Right.
But anyway, we joke about that all the time, and they have a lot of fun because they're, you got Atlanta Falcons fans.
Yeah.
They're huge into football. So, but she couldn't ask for a better man. I don't care what color he is. He is amazing to her and her kids and her family. So before people judge, just visually see somebody walking down the street and that's all they see, they should really think there's a lot more behind than what they're looking at.
Right.
And
Yeah, of course. But I mean, if it never, I don't know. I've never understood that. That's just part of me. It's like, I realize that people have always had problems with what I like, but my opinion has always been, I can remember being like in kindergarten, being little, and what somebody else did or what somebody else liked did not bother me. It just never bothered me. Like, if they wanted it, if that's how they liked it, that's fine. If I didn't like it, but that's not my problem.
I
That's
wish I
their
could have been like
problem.
that, because I'm going to be really honest and say this. Growing up, I didn't even consider stepping out of my race, because I didn't even give it a thought. I didn't even give it a chance, because I already knew that I was going to I would catch absolute hell. I know I probably would have been disowned. So I just never stepped out of my comfort zone.
Wow.
I never did. I'm not saying that I regret my choices. I really don't.
Right.
I'm okay with it. But at the same time, I never considered it. And then, like, when I was growing up, there would be like, guys hit on me and like, look, no, you're not, no, this ain't going to happen. You're black and I'm white, or you're Mexican and I'm white. And I'm just telling you. Now, I had people in my family. I have some beautiful cousins, they're second cousins, and they are all gorgeous, and their fathers are Hispanic, and they're beautiful. And we were all, and my mom would let me hang out with all of them, because I had a family of my cousins. There's like 4 girls and a guy, and all the girls dated Hispanic guys. Still do. They all married them. They all have these kids. You go to my family reunion, and we have a little bit of everything in our family, which is great. But I'm just telling you, my mom would be like, I don't care what they do. You better not bring home a boyfriend, and I was like, okay. And I tried. And I remember one time my dad come up on the porch, and those boys never came back. Those boys never came back. I was like, but I like him. He's cute. And it was a Mexican boy. He's cute. He's got dark hair and, the dark skin and the beautiful eyes. And I don't know, he was really, really cute. And my dad, I don't know what he said to him, but whatever he said to him, he never come back to my house. So, boo.
She's like,
Yes,
"Boo."
for real.
So, you know, I guess actually I did step up, but that right there was as close as I ever came to ever having a crush on anybody, because that right there is where I got to sit down and said, you know what, Crystal? And I guess my family just back then, I mean, that was the early 80s. Now I'm telling my age, but that was the
See,
early 80s. So,
and you know, my very first girlfriend went to school with you, and
hmm.
yeah. So, and you know, she and I were together on and off for almost 20 years, and
Wow.
yeah. And I remember I was actually the second Black woman that she had brought home to her family, and her family lived out in Mansfield. So it was,
Mansfield.
yeah,
I mean, and you're not only is it interracial, but it's a lesbian interracial.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Her family had to be going, oh my God.
I'm
what do
thinking
we
that could be the
do?"
only thing that my family would have thought was worse. Like, because I'm pretty sure they thought like it was the most awful thing, but that could have been worse.
Yeah. I mean,
But I really don't know, because I was told that Black women are different than Black men. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, it's okay for Black women, but
Right.
not Black men.
Oh,
not Black men.
Yeah, like it was a threat or something. I don't know. I have
Wow.
no idea. I was like, I don't know. You're not dating them, so I don't. What difference does it make? I like it. I like it a lot.
I mean, it's like one of my friends, you know, because she got into a Facebook challenge one day with somebody because she dates Black men, and she's like, you know what? And she's a comedian. She's like, trust me, all of the Black men that I date, y'all don't want anyway. I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, but you know what? I hear people say stuff like that, and I'm just going to say this: my oldest daughter, she dated outside of a race for a minute, and then she went back inside, you know, and she should have stayed outside the race. I'm just saying, because the guy she was dating was would have been a lot better to her and a lot better for her than what she ended up with. I mean, I'm going, that's about, I don't, you know, the word thug is thrown around, and I'm like,
Mhm.
nah, the guys that Ashley messed with, and Misty knows, and Shelly knows, yeah, I mean, for real, she would have been better off with
it
a,
makes me so mad at her.
with
Just so
a,
you know.
I don't even know, she could have went with a little bit of all kind of race in one person. I don't even know.
Ma-
She
yeah,
just,
male,
she,
female,
She could have brought home a female and been better
Exactly.
oh
off.
hell yeah,
Yes, you don't- yeah.
tons
It
better.
makes me so mad at her.
Yes, because Ashley is like this beautiful girl.
It's
And my
ridiculous.
thing is, just don't sell yourself short. I don't care what your race is, but make sure they love you for who you are.
Right.
And, you know, and oh my gosh, I mean, I could, that topic alone right there could really get me going, obviously.
Some people thrive on relationships with drama. They say that they don't, but to me, when somebody says, I don't like drama, that means you're lying. You like drama, because if you don't like drama, don't say, you know, you have no reason to be talking about it. But that happens to me a lot. I have lots
Yeah.
of friends like that.
I see
can't
that on,
stand
I see
drama.
that on social media every
Every
day.
day. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
and what's really funny is the ones that'll be saying it, just like you said.
Yes.
I'll be like, I know you didn't just post that. Because
Exactly.
every time I see your
I know you in real
newsfeed-
life.
Yeah, especially the
Yes.
ones we know in real
Yes.
life. I'm like, oh my
It's
gosh.
like that.
It's hilarious how they are on Facebook sometimes. And not just Facebook, you know, when I say Facebook, I mean social media. Although I primarily do Facebook. So.
We
Yeah.
did Periscope for a while too. Though. Remember?
Oh, well, that right there got way out of hand. Whew, Periscope.
Doc, how did your mom take when you came home with
Well,
a white woman? Or
it
a woman
was-
in general? I'm just saying.
well, first I had
She's
to.
a double whammy.
It was
there.
a double
Yeah.
whammy, and you know, fortunately, my girlfriend at the time dressed very masculine, so for the longest time, I passed her off as a guy.
Wow.
And you know, because she was always comfortable with male pronouns, and she even had a male name that she used. And it wasn't until we were on my parents' lake, and she had taken the baseball cap off her hair, so her hair was down, and you could tell that she was a female, and we were out there kissing on the lake. And my uncle drove up on his tractor and saw us. And I'm like, crap. Because I've always been a firm believer of, if I'm caught doing something, I'm going to go tell it first so that you don't get the opportunity to tell on me.
That's bad.
So, you know, we left the lake. We went up to the house. My dad was actually there. And, you know, I was like, I got to tell you something. And he was cutting grass. And he was like, what? You know, and he's in the middle. I was like, turn the lawnmower off. I've got to tell you something. So he turned the lawnmower off, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've lied to you all this time. I've lied to you. And, you know, tears are just streaming. And he's like, okay, lied about what? I was like, I haven't been dating a boy all this time. I've been dating a girl, and she's down at the lake. And Uncle Junebug saw us kissing. And he's like,
Everybody's Uncle Jimbo.
and so my dad goes, okay. And he's like, well, are you happy? I was like, yes, I'm so happy. I've never been happier. He's like, okay, well, stop crying and go get your girlfriend. And, you
But
know,
they were okay though that she was white. She was white.
well, my dad was. My mom was another story. My mom began holding prayer meetings on Wednesday to pray the gay away.
To pray the gay away.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so, you know, every time I would buy her books, like, you know, coming up, because she struggled more with me dating a woman than she did me dating white women. And yeah, to me that was just
I think it's all crazy, but I think that's nuts because my story was totally opposite. My dad told me that I could be a lesbian. He'd rather me be with a crackhead that beat me every day, as long as they were white.
Wow.
Yeah. He tried to kill me. He had to pull a gun on me.
Wow.
Yeah. He wasn't very happy, but I didn't back down. He was just gonna have to kill me. I didn't lie about it because that's just who I am. I mean, that's
nope,
the way
you
it
have
is.
always stood your own. You've always stayed true to who you are, and I respect you. And it was 18 years ago, so you got to think. I mean, today
Very
it's a
different
lot
time.
more accepted, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. It just wasn't accepted the
No.
way it
Well,
is
that's
today.
the reason I had to stop going to college because I needed one more book. It was an anatomy book, and I tried to ask him for the money for that because I had a full scholarship to be a chiropractor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in school. I drove 63 miles one way, and I drove there every single day and back every single day from Covington. And I needed the one anatomy book, and he told me that if I was okay, I'm just gonna say exactly what he said. He said if I was going to be a nigger lover, he was not going to help me. And
Wow.
and they didn't have any more used books for me to buy, and I didn't have any more money because I had to pay for gas, and I was pregnant, so I had to quit school. And I had to let go of my full scholarship to be a chiropractor. But it's the best decision I ever made.
Yep.
I never regret it. I never even think about it really until something like this comes up. But
Mhm.
I really, make sure that my son, he is going to go to college, and he'll get to do the things that I didn't get to do because I would never. I don't care what he liked. It doesn't matter to me if he liked everything or didn't like anything. I don't care as long as he doesn't quit on himself because I won't never quit for him.
And that's something you've never done. That's for
No.
sure. You've never quit. You've stood true to who you are. And let me ask you, I think I already know the answer to this, but how's your relationship with your dad now?
I love my daddy. He
Yep.
loves me too.
Yep.
But I mean,
And he loves your kids.
Yeah, and I think
Yes.
sometimes he still struggles with that. But I think that some part of me sometimes thinks that he's maybe a little bit afraid because he wanted to break me from it, and you can't. And so I think something that's like you can't be broken, maybe kind of just throws him back a little bit because I'm a female, number one, and then he's my dad, and I love him and I respect him, and there's nothing that he could have ever done to me or said to me that makes my love for my daddy doesn't depend on my daddy. It depends on me. I
love that.
He doesn't have to love me back. And sometimes I feel like he hasn't, but it doesn't. Some people just have to love from further away. And sometimes I've had to. I don't like it, but that's just the way that it is. Sometimes it doesn't stop me from loving him.
I love that. I absolutely love
love
that
that,
because,
yeah.
I spoke of Chastity's getting married Saturday, right? Well, just a few weeks ago, she had received a message from her granddaddy. And it was the only grandfather that she was going to have at her wedding. And of course, this is her first wedding, and they have worked really hard for this wedding. And she received, and basically, long story short, is he told her he was not going to be there because he couldn't accept the fact she was marrying, a black guy.
And that's fine too. I mean, but I know it sucks.
I
and it
get
hurts,
that, but her response to him when I read it, I mean, it broke my heart for her because her kids love him. I mean,
Yeah.
that's their granddaddy. They love him. And I'm sitting here going, well, this isn't something new.
Right.
So why are you going to do this to this child? Why are you going to do this to her and her kids? I mean, it just didn't make sense. And the whole family was hurt by it. But her response was it was similar to what you just pretty much kind of said. She loved him anyway, and she understood, and she was respecting that and that kind of thing. Well, she never really made what he said or the story public, but the people who knew her knew it. knew what was going on. And then about a week or less later, I was told that he retracted his message and he apologized to her, and he
That's
will
sweet.
be at her wedding. And I was like, yay!
That's because because
she
you didn't get
stood up-
defensive.
She
You
stood
just
her ground.
understand. I mean, because you have to understand other people's points of view, whether they're understanding of yours or not. I mean,
Right.
just because somebody isn't respectful of you and how you are doesn't mean that you have to be the same way back. Because if you're the same way back, that makes y'all equal.
That's
And-
right.
And you don't have to be that way. You can be better. That is a possibility.
And that right there is what everybody needs to understand, that, you know, I mean, and I mean, people like yourself, and as I just spoke of, I mean, look at you having that perspective and having that point of view and having a voice like you do. It's helped your family through this.
I mean, not all of them, but I mean, I don't care. I still love them, but I mean, they're the ones missing out on me, and I'm pretty amazed. And I'm just saying, but like my granddaddy, my granddaddy who raised me, because my grandparents raised me, because my mom and dad divorced like pretty early, and my grandma and granddaddy took in me and my brother, and they raised us for quite a long. I mean, I looked at my grandma basically like my mom. She did all the things that my mom was supposed to do, and after that was my stepmom. My mom did a little bit, but I mean, I guess she just did what she could do, and that's fine. But like the first time when he knew about it, and he was like, my granddaddy cheated on my grandma with a black lady. Let's just say this.
Wow.
And that was okay.
Was that on your mom's side or your
My
dad's
daddy's
side?
side. My
Oh,
dad,
okay.
yeah,
So no one. So maybe
So,
that's some
okay.
of the hidden.
but that's why it was okay for black women, because it was okay that he did it. It just was not okay that I did it.
Right.
And I was just like, no, I do what I want. I mean, I have my own mind. I mean, this is my life and I have to live it. Ultimately, if whatever mistakes I make, I have to deal with it, not you. But they were super embarrassed and all kind of crap. So anyway, the first time I went down there and I thought that he wanted, he's acted like he wanted to meet my kids, which I had at that time. I only had two. I had Anthony and Jalen. And we went to his house, and Jalen, she looks basically exactly like me. Well,
she does.
She's gorgeous, but I mean,
gorgeous.
she's very white. You can't really tell that she's biracial at all.
No, she's
Not at
very,
all.
very white.
She looks exactly
she
like
looks
me.
just like
She's
her,
got
yeah.
blonde hair. And I mean,
Yep.
I mean, she's very white. And Anthony, he looks.
He's very light skinned too.
Yeah, but he looks Hispanic. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, basically. I mean, anything other than white to them is black. So,
Wow.
so Anthony, he was maybe 3 or 4. I think he was like 4, and Jalen was, just toddling around, maybe like 1. And he loved on Jalen, and he was just doting on her and like wanted to hold her and play with her. And Anthony wanted to, but he would kind of like, he didn't openly shun him, but you could tell it was like super different. So Anthony just stayed with me. And when we got in the car, and he said, "Mom, why doesn't he love me like he loves Jalen?" And I said, that'll be the last time we ever see him. We'll never see him. And we never saw him again.
Wow.
Never again. Nobody will ever treat my children like one is better than the other one, because nobody's better than anybody. But nobody will ever make my son feel inferior because of the color that he is, because nobody picked their colors. I mean, I don't.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I did not want to be this pale skin, freckled up little redheaded girl, but it happened. So I've embraced it, and I love myself the way I am, of course. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, nobody picks it.
Yeah, and that's how I don't understand how anybody can ever feel like they're superior for something they had no choice in.
Right.
That's totally ridiculous. I mean, what if you're better than somebody? It's because of your actions and your beliefs and how you are and who you are. It's not because of something that you had absolute zero choice in.
That's right. I love it. Misty, I knew that having you here would be enlightening for a lot of people, because I know, and I don't hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but I know there's not a lot of people out there that has your strength, who are in situations that you're in. They make the choices, but yet they still are controlled by what everybody else thinks and feels.
See, and I have that problem. I don't have that problem personally, but I know people that have that problem, and
It's
it
like,
causes
look,
a problem for me. I'm just like, what part? That's ridiculous. When you're more concerned about how everybody else feels about you rather than how you feel. If you love somebody and you're ashamed to tell somebody else you don't love that person, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say, how much you claim to love them. You don't.
There's
if
no
you don't-
shame.
That's
There
right.
should be no shame.
No. And
Yep.
if it's got to be like that, then that.
But sometimes it's only because they're worried so much about what other people think. I don't think it's necessarily that they're.
Well, I didn't die,
Yeah.
and I've never cared. And I've never cared once. I mean, I was just ridiculously bullied and tormented in school, like for all kinds of. I mean, I was not cute, not like now. And I was, I was chubby. I didn't have I wasn't even chubby. I was fat. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. And
You're too hard on yourself. You're
no.
not that- yeah.
Oh, don't make me break up. I got it's bad.
Don't make me
But
break
I mean,
up,
I was like the
bitch.
only fourth grader with a spiral perm, like for real. Like I live with my grandma. She didn't know what was cool. So she made a lot of my clothes and stuff. So that did not help the situation at all. I mean, this sparkling personality was a fun draw that nobody really cared. You know, kids can be cruel.
School is tough. That age.
That's
and-
Yeah.
true. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of that, you know, like when I saw somebody else going through what I went through, I'm just like, that's not gonna, I can't do that. However, that is not, I did do that. Like in high school, like I had internalized so many things. And like, so that when I saw somebody else doing it to like somebody who wouldn't defend themselves or couldn't defend themselves, like, you know, like sometimes there's an issue of like somebody that has, you know, a more well-off family, like, you know, making
yeah.
fun of somebody that didn't have the right clothes or shoes. I would rip into them. That would, I mean, seriously, they probably went to sleep and had nightmares about the things that I said because my mouth it can be terrible. And I don't care. And I know that I mean, like, seriously, if I'm really mean, I can be like probably about an inch from evil. And I know that about myself. I don't like it, but I know it.
But you own it.
I
But
do.
you own
You
it.
own
And I
it.
don't do it much, but like at that time I felt like they deserved it because like I'm going to show you exactly what it feels like to do what you're doing to somebody else.
Yep.
And that's not right. And so I learned too that that's not right. Cause when I got older and I had kids, I'm like, oh my God, what if somebody does that to them?
Yeah.
What if my kid wants to be in, you know, he's a spoiled brat and then they want to act like that to somebody. And I'm like, oh my God. And so, you know, I tried to apologize to him. I mean, as an adult, I mean, even though, you know, they're like, oh, it's okay. Or I don't even remember.
But you never forget.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't.
And I know
You
that for a
don't.
fact that you don't forget. So they can try to play it off. But I mean, my apology was sincere. So I hope they understood that.
So they might as well just take it. At least you did it. Most people wouldn't even apologize, you know.
Yeah, or
It's
just act like it didn't happen because
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Nobody ever apologized to me.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Well, you know what? We are going to take a break, pay some bills, and we will be right back. Doc, is there something you wanted to say right quick before
No,
we go?
when we come back, we got to hear from Shelly.
I know she's
Yes,
been
we
so
do.
quiet. I've been giving her a chance to drink a glass of wine
Another
because
one.
she's like, I'm not going to do this. But I was like, come on, you need this. Shelly's, yeah, this is her first time in the studio. So,
It's very exciting.
yeah, we're popping her cherry. Okay, everybody, hang tight. You're listening to Ladies Talk on Just for Fun Radio. We will be right back. We're popping your cherry.
We're popping your cherry.
Sean will be up there like,
Yes.
We got 2 balls. We got cherries. It's great.
yeah, 2 balls of a cherry. Crystal, where's your phone? That's funny right there. Good Lord.
goodness.
Yeah, I just love your perspective and your strength in all of this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
she's
how you
definitely-
got this. Oh my gosh, the strength that you have to
I
deal
don't
with
know.
that.
I think my grandma
Just-
did because no matter what my grandma went through, I never saw her be upset about anything ever, except for the one time when my granddad was cheating because my granddad cheated on her like a bazillion million times because he thinks that he is super good looking. He still thinks this, and
Is he still,
he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and now he has like a 48-year-old wife or something. Like she's literally 10 years older than me. And like he like pops Viagra and all kind of so on. You're so gross. It makes me so sick. But he thinks he's the old pimp or something. But she's broke him, and I think that's just the most wonderful thing ever.
Oh, really?
Like she's taking all of his money, and she's like a chronic smoker. Which I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but like, you know, he was always just so against that. And her son's like this just major loser. He's like 30, still living with them, and he's in and out of rehab. I'm like, praise, thank you, God. That's wonderful. And he has the worst nightmares about my grandma.
Oh, really?
And he wakes up in the night screaming and
She's haunting him.
for no
Oh my
reason because she
goodness.
was like this tall,
Yeah.
like that tall with like this puffy hair, and she was so great. She was so wonderful. But I mean, I never. Now as an adult, I understand that that hurt her so bad. That had to suck super bad
And that
because
was your dad.
yeah,
Okay.
and it had to really suck, and I can't even imagine going through what she went through.
No. I mean, but she was with him until she passed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just to live through that and to tolerate that.
yeah. And it took me until I was
And
grown to
never see
understand
her again.
that, you know, that she died early because she was ready because she was tired.
Yeah.
And like forever though, I couldn't understand that because I was like super mad at God.
Oh, yeah.
But she needed to, and that was his grace to let her just go ahead and go
You
because
know,
there's no way that nobody.
That's
be
strange
good
that
at
you look at it the way because I felt the same way about my mother. My mother died. I mean, she was just taken. I mean,
And my
she
grandma was killed
suffered.
during
but-
an operation. They
Yeah.
were doing laser surgery on an ovarian cyst that wasn't even cancerous, and he took the laser and cut her into her intestine, and her body filled up with bile, and she died. She
Oh,
blew up
my
and popped,
gosh.
basically.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
it was
didn't know
bad.
that.
It was rough.
Wow.
But
And I was
yeah,
only 15.
Wow.
It was bad.
oh my goodness. Yeah, but my mom, she had been through so many different relationships. My father left her for someone who's 9 years older than me. And, you know, she didn't want him back. It hurt her a little bit,
I'm
but
sure
she
I heard a
really
lot, yeah.
didn't want him back. Like, he begged. And then she went through so many different relationships. She was married 3 times. And she was 46 when she passed. But that it just, I was like, you know, she has suffered through so much heartache. I hate that she was taken, but
Yeah.
exactly,
But
like
I didn't
it was a
understand it
relief
until
for
I was an
her.
adult.
She finally got some rest.
Right,
Yeah, she doesn't have to deal
exactly.
with this
Finding
crap
a
anymore
peace.
because
Yes.
That's
It
how
ju-
it was with my Aunt Jackie. My
It just
mom's
always
sister.
sucks though for somebody to always feel like they have to search for love their whole life and never feel like they find it.
Hmm.
Because I mean, the problem is you have to love yourself first, or nobody else is ever going to really love you. But it's so hard to love yourself.
You know, that's what makes me crazy with women who, you know, because when I went through my divorce, you know, I spent almost 7 years dating myself.
And that's wonderful.
And
Because you're worth it.
yeah, because, and I was like, if I don't want to spend time with me and go out with me, how can I expect anybody else to want to spend time with me and go out with me?
Hmm.
And, you know, I would take myself to like the really, like I ate dinner and lunch at the
Because you're worth it.
Sundial.
Yeah,
in
because,
Atlanta
and I
a
was
lot.
like, if
mean,
I
it
don't
was
want to
like,
spend time with
for me,
and
going to
go
the
out with
Sundial
me,
was like I
how
was
can
going
I
down the
expect
street to
anybody
McDonald's.
else
Yeah.
To want
Awesome.
to spend time with me and go out with. That was my
Mhm.
place. And, you know, I would just go
and you
sit
know,
at
I
the
would take
bar
myself to like,
and, you know,
the
and it was
really,
just,
like
it
I
was,
ate dinner and
for
lunch
me,
at
it
the
was
Sundial.
Yeah,
because,
and
and I
that
was
way,
like,
I
if I
mean,
don't
when I
want to spend
finally
time
did
with me
go
and
to
go
the
out with
Sundial, it
me,
was like I
how
was
can
going
I
down the street
expect
to McDonald's.
anybody else
You know,
to want
we
to spend
didn't
time with me and
have
go out with
the,
me?
that was my place.
Mhm.
And, you know,
And,
we didn't
you know,
have a
I
lot
would
of
take
the
myself
issues that
to,
I
like,
would have brought with me
really,
because
like I
I had
ate dinner
gotten rid of
and
all my
lunch at the
resentment.
Sundial.
And
And
that
I
way,
was like,
I
if I
mean,
don't
when I
want to
finally
spend time
did
with me,
go to
Yeah, I
the
truly
Sundial,
believe that
it was like I was
anybody,
going down the street
before
to
they get
McDonald's.
into a relationship or
You know,
marriage in
we didn't
particular,
have the,
because those are
Mhm.
that's such a strong
we didn't have
commitment
a lot of the issues
a
that
marriage
I
is,
brought with
that
me
you
because
so have to be able to
I
love
had
yourself.
rid of
And
all
you
my
cannot love
resentment.
yourself how can you truly love somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
truly believe
funny
that
because
anybody,
now that we've
before they
got
get
gay
into a
marriage legal in
relationship
all
or
the
marriage in particular, because those
one
are
of my
that's such a
my
strong
friends,
commitment
you know, they
a
they
marriage
got
is,
married.
that you so have to be able to love
That's
yourself.
what
You
we're
cannot love yourself
Yeah,
how
so
can
now
you
they're
truly love
getting a
somebody
divorce,
else.
and she's like, "So wait, I have to get a real divorce?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a real marriage."
Marriage.
I was like, you know,
Those are not
she's-
fun.
I'm
I
like, look,
think marriage license should be like every other
You
license.
so have to.
And like after like 5 years, you have to go back and say, "Do you,
You
want to
gotta go
renew
back and
this?"
redo
But,
it.
that would do away with all the divorces and stuff, and that would be all the money gone, and nobody would want it.
Oh my god.
I would totally not be renewed.
oh my god, that goes in for the best quote of the night.
I think marriage license
All the other licenses do. Why not?
that needs to be on the
I mean, I know it's like a commitment.
Yes.
So it's driving.
Oh my god,
You owe everybody.
You got to repeat that.
All the other licenses. Why not? I mean, I know it's like a commitment.
Yes.
So it's driving.
Can you hear? Oh, you know what it is?
Oh,
I
yeah.
know what
I
it
heard this on
is.
YouTube.
I know what it is. Ha ha. Okay, I fixed it. That was quick. Okay, we are back and we are cracking up over here because if y'all were not watching the YouTube channel, then you just missed it. But we're going to give you a little bit of replay. Misty, why don't you just tell them what we feel like should have been the quote of the day? And, you know, this is something to think about. This is something to think about because, you know, our license expire, our driver's license, every license, whether it's hunting license,
Professional license.
professional
all
they
of your
all
Yeah.
expire. And Misty had a very valid point. What'd you say, Misty?
that I think that marriage license should have an expiration date. I think marriage license should come with an expiration. Then if you want to go renew it, go be in love and go renew it. But if not, bye.
So like every,
'Cause divorce costs so much.
every 5 years, it's just like, hey, are you?
You can renew for 5 or 10, like your license. Why not?
I
mean, if you think you
absolutely
love them that
this.
much, you can go ahead and do 10. Go right ahead.
We have a caller, and you're live on Ladies Talk, and I love that. I'll never forget that. I'm going to use it. And I'll always say the quote of Fabulous Misty. And you're live on Ladies Talk. Can you hear us? Hello. Uh-oh. Call back, please. I this phone, it might be me, but I'm telling you, I'm answering the phone right. But I absolutely love that. So
Yeah, that was a fabulous quote.
that was a fabulous quote.
Well, while we're waiting on our caller, so Shelly, you've had your glass of wine, girl.
Go ahead, girl.
Mhm. Spill the jelly, Shelly.
Oh,
Spill the jelly,
that's
Shelly.
nice.
Oh boy.
Well,
So-
so I don't really have a lot of experience with interrelationship. I can't say it either.
That word, it's tough for some
Interrelation-
reason. There you go.
Yeah, whatever. I was raised the same way, Crystal, as you. With it was not. This just wasn't acceptable. No other race. No, not ever. I didn't really ever consider it either. The only time that I guess it crossed my mind was when I came down to Covington, and I was kind of advanced upon by black guys, but never I was like, no, I can't, no, my dad would shoot me. Nope.
That's true. Daddies will try to shoot them.
Literally.
My dad tried to shoot me, and when the gun misfired, he beat me with it. He did.
Oh,
Wow.
Pistol whip at 16. I'm hardcore, y'all. I'm an OG. I'm sorry.
She's like, I'm an OG.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. If I can go through that, I can go through lots of stuff. I'm good.
And I in school always had what they call, I had like a little ghetto booty for a white girl.
You still
So
married one.
I
You still
always,
do, Crystal.
I always had that, so it attracted, a lot of different people, including the brown boys. I always said brown. I never did
Everybody
say
chooses different
black.
shades of brown.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
honestly.
That's true. And anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was always a joke. Like even when I was like 21 and I started bartending, they were like, they would, give me nicknames and say that I had to have something in me besides just white, because white girls didn't have booties like that. I'm like, well, I don't know. Better talk to my mama. Last time I checked, I mean, far as I know.
She's like, I got it from my mama.
Yeah, I could say that.
Did you really?
I don't know. Yeah, I had never checked
I
out
don't
my
wanna think- I
mama's
don't know.
butt a whole
That
lot.
just was a very bad mental picture. That is so weird. Let's not do that. Everybody's
got a
nice, though.
caller.
You have a really nice butt.
I used to, and then you get a little bit older and
You're
it goes
silly.
south. Okay, our caller. Let's try this again. I'm trying. You slide over. Hello, you're live on Ladies Talk.
Do 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 do.
Is this Tammy? I just love her. She called in last week while we were literally in the Twilight Zone.
Yes, she did.
And someone was just telling me that they were having some weird noises come through, and they text Scotty about it. But I really do believe it was the YouTube just a minute ago
Yeah.
that I was messing with.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
how are you today, Tammy?
Just Peachy, how you doing?
I'm good. Are you able to listen in tonight? I know last week you had some ball games, or you had something going on with the family.
Yeah, I'm here, and YouTube is actually working this time. It's not having to buffer,
Sweet.
so I'm with you.
I'm glad you're with us. Tammy has been such a joy. I mean, since our first Ladies Talk, I mean, she listens religiously, and
Yes.
she has played some jokes on us, and she's made us laugh a lot. So, yeah, we appreciate you listening. You have anything on tonight's topic that you'd like to share or speak of?
No, I
No,
just wanted to
okay.
call and
Okay, it's all good.
got the wine tonight, and everything was calm.
Yeah,
Yes.
tonight everything is calm so far, but we're not alone, so that helps a lot.
Yes, we've learned that we will not do shows alone ever again in life.
No,
Awesome.
Nope, 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 nope. Well,
All right.
we appreciate you listening and calling in and pranking us and making us smile and all that good stuff because you rock.
Yes, you do, Tammy.
Have a good one.
You too, love.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to. there we go. I got this. I got this.
You got
this
this
phone thing.
She got this phone thing down, this Android thing.
This cheap Android. It's not even just. It's not just an Android. It's a cheap Android. So, but let's talk for a second about what kids go through who are interracial children, biracial children, because I've heard a lot about that from my friends, and I know you or your mom, of course. So I'm sure you've heard the struggles, but they get into school and
Well, that's what everybody told me. Like, your kids are gonna suffer. Your kids. I'm like, y'all are underestimating my genes. My kids are gonna be wonderful. I don't know. And they really are. And honestly, I can't ever say that I've had any problems ever with any. Well, except for we had one teacher one time that when I was signing Jalen up for kindergarten, and they have the little marks, and so I was checking her race, and I put well, it was multiracial. They didn't have biracial or anything, so multiracial. She whited it out for me.
She whited it out for you.
Yeah, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "This is for her, right?" And pointed at Jalen, and I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, but you checked the box here." I said, "I know what I checked." I was like, "She is not white." And she was like, she just looked at me. I said, "Oh." I said a couple of things, but
I'm sure you did.
That was fun. After that, I don't even know if I saw that lady.
She probably
I
hid.
didn't want to see me.
She probably hid from you.
Yeah, but no, my kids have never experienced
Had any problems?
Never.
That's
not
really
once ever.
fair.
But it could be because I'm not small.
They know. Hey,
I'm not small.
Hey, you better watch out. That right there's Misty's kid.
Yeah. His mama will cut people.
But she's an OG.
Yeah, she's not scared.
What is an OG?
An original gangster.
Oh, sorry. I just sound really stupid. Didn't I? I didn't know.
It's okay.
I-
You don't have
Crystal,
to.
the only reason I know is because Scotty told me.
Scotty knew?
Yes.
Is Scotty an OG?
Scotty is
Oh,
a deep
gee.
OG. Yeah, he's a deep OG.
Oh, Lord.
Mhm, girl, he deep.
Oh, Lord. Okay, on to the
But
next topic.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you people's kids have problems with that? Like,
Well, no,
I just
don't-
thought that was
I've
something the
heard-
parents say to scare you
No,
away.
I've heard of grandparents that were concerned about it. I'm a little bit
Well,
older,
I think
so they were like, "I'm so worried that she's going to get into school and
I
that
think Jalen's dad went through
Yeah.
that because his mom is white and his dad was black, and I think that she experienced that. But they were like the only black people. There was like two actual black people, like black mom and black dad, and then there were Keith and Jennifer, and they were both, and their mom was white and their dad was black. And I have to say, that's Jalen's bubby. That's her grandma, and and her name is Pat. And Pat is probably one of the biggest influences on my entire life as far as being a mom
really.
ever.
How about that?
She's one of the most badass women I've ever seen because she was with their dad like in the 60s, like, and she
Oh,
was
wow.
she was a model and she was beautiful, and he was a musician and he was pretty hot too, but she moved to Georgia. I mean, and we went to Loganville, and I remember the first time me and Keith were assigned a project in 7th grade. Was it 7th grade? It was 7th or 8th grade. And I always liked Keith. I mean, he was super good looking and stuff, even though he was mixed. But I mean, like I said, I didn't ever think anything about it. I just thought that all boys didn't like me. I didn't care what color they were. But we were assigned partners for a science project, and I gave him our house number because it was one of the few times we had a house phone. And he called, and my stepbrother said that Misty's in there talking to a nigger. And
Wow.
and they came and hung the phone up and basically said that if I was going to talk to niggers, I had to move back to my dad's house.
Okay, my dad don't want me there neither.
But he didn't know. I mean, I was
You could just
like
move to our
12 or
house.
13.
Yeah.
And so I moved. I was like, we were assigned. We didn't pick. I was like, but I mean, he's just my friend. We were talking
Okay.
about schoolwork.
I'm glad you said that because at that age, let's just say this. I mean, you're at that time, you're not programmed one way or another, really.
Mm-mm.
And
Well, I never
whenever
understood.
parents do that to their kids, I mean, I wonder if sometimes it makes them a little more curious or might push them in that direction. I mean, it's no different than me saying, "Hey, you can't date that guy." I'm not saying for racial reasons,
But you just
I
want to know
say,
why. That was always my. Even when I was little, I remember just why.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, because when I was little, I was told that if a black person bites you, then you die because their gums are poison.
"Oh my gosh,
Oh
I'm
my
serious.
God.
I'm trying to
gosh.
tell y'all. That's. I mean, I'm some.
girl, you are OG."
But why? But why? Have y'all
Yeah.
known somebody? Did y'all know somebody who
No,
died
I
from that? I
mean,
mean, where
Let
is
me
this
Google
person?
that.
I mean, well, there was no Google.
There was
when I
no
was
Google.
little,
Just
you know?
kidding.
I mean, but that's
Yeah.
just stupid things like that. But and I always just why? If you can if you have a reason, I just want to know. And for them to say, like, well, God says to stick with your tribe. I'm like, but what tribe are we?
What tribe are you talking about? We're the
only
Yemen
tribes I
tribe,
was like,
people.
just like Cherokee. But that's the only tribes I knew. As a kid, I'm just like, what are
Are we Indians?
we? Yeah, but I'm just like, I might be screwed. I don't like white dudes like that. So I might be out of luck. I'm gonna be an old man. But
No,
I mean, I
that's
see some
funny.
pretty ones on TV, but just in like real life, I don't know. They're nice and I like them when they're my friends, but I don't think they think about me like that, and I don't think about them. It's like my brother. I mean, like my brother is the bomb.
I know some white guys that think that Misty is hot. So
I don't know that, but
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
yeah. And your brother is the bomb.
My brother is the bomb.
He is. I have not seen him in so long.
I
I
work
would
with
love
him
to see
every
Trey.
day.
Do you
I
really?
do. He is, I've been his boss for like my whole life, so it's only natural that he has this work up under me.
That is so cool, though. I've always admired. I mean, you and Trey remind me a lot of me and Sean.
Exactly
And
like
we've
that,
always
so
kind
much
of
like
had
that,
that.
yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. I would love to see him. I know his girls. I see them every once in a while. They're
They're big.
grown.
Yeah, they're
They're
big.
grown.
They're
they're
big
gorgeous.
girls.
And that's a great example. I mean, he was raised by the same parents, same
Mhm.
family, and he's loved his sister.
Never
Never
one time has Trey's never been ugly to me about it at all. He's never questioned me. He never said he disagreed. He's just said the only thing he ever said about it, I think, and he was maybe 13. And this was like right after I got like beat half to death. And I was like, I mean, all of my blood vessels in my eyes were busted. It was bad. And Trey said, I don't care who you like, as long as they're nice to you and you love them and they love you. I don't care who you like. And I mean,
Wow.
he still didn't care. Nothing could make him care either. I mean, we just could not understand. But Trace, I mean, I was with Trey all the time. I mean, basically 24 hours
Yep.
a day. I mean, all the time. Everywhere I went, Trey went. If Trey couldn't go, then I couldn't go.
Yep.
So, I mean, and at the time I hated it so much, like so much.
And how many years is there between you two?
Like just like 2
Okay.
years.
Yeah, because there was 4 between me and Sean, and I felt the same way. I mean, I'm going to tell you, and we joke about this now, but growing up, I just was like, gosh, I just can't stand this kid.
Oh,
I mean, he had to go everywhere with me. I mean, my mom pretty much, it was set in stone. I couldn't go anywhere unless he went. He was the biggest tattletale. I mean, he was the biggest tattletale. And he told everything. I mean, I couldn't even bribe that kid. And I would lock him out of the house for hours. And I mean, it was just
That's
funny.
Trey.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd like hit him and then bribe him.
but could nobody else do it?
Yeah.
Because if anyone else
The
so
first
much as
fight
even,
I got into at school was because of Trey.
Yep. The first physical fight and it was a guy, it was a boy, Jason Crithers, and he's grown, and most everybody around here pretty much knows him, but I'll never forget he picked on my brother, and I knew he was. And back then Sean would get out of school a little bit before me, and we walked home from school, and Sean would walk to the middle school, sit in front of the middle school, across the street from the park, and wait till I got done, because that was just so cool to have your little brother sitting out there waiting on you. And I was like, oh, there he is. But this kid was picking on Sean, and he had told me about it, and I didn't say anything to him. Like, I didn't respond to Sean, but I knew that it was going on. We were walking home from school one day, and I witnessed it. And I remember I just threw my book back down. I just charged that boy and beat him. I don't know how I did it,
Wow.
but I just beat him.
Yes,
I'm like,
yeah,
that's
That
enough.
was me. That was on
And
the bus, and
that
this boy
his
spit
mom
on
and
Trey.
my mom were
He was
friends.
bigger than both of us put together. I was like,
Yeah, this kid was way too big to be picking on him. He was this
Trey was so
tall,
tiny.
redheaded boy, and you could just tell he just looked like a
Oh
bully.
my God, this guy was redheaded too. And he was
Ah.
like, he came like from a family of lumberjacks. I'm like, what the
Oh my
fuck?
gosh.
What are you doing, man?
And
And
I
Trey
think
was a premature asthmatic. I'm
I
like,
had the advantage
no.
because I caught him off guard, and I know that because I just came from behind. I just nailed him, took him to the ground, and started. And his mom come knocked on the door to my mom. We need to talk. And my mom's like, yeah, because they were friends. And she was like, your daughter beat up my son today. My mom was like, really? You just come to the door?
I'm
And
sorry.
I was like, well, he shouldn't have been picking on my brother. And I would do it again. But it's funny now because as adults, we've ran across each other and he's a grown man. And he's like, man, she beat the mess out of me. I was like, don't pick on my brother. You can come at me. He probably,
I
he
can
would
do
have
it,
been-
but nobody. It's just like my parents. Everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to like them, but don't say nothing about him.
No.
We have a little brother, or he's my half brother, but he's still my brother. And
I don't know if I've ever met him.
no, probably
No.
not. His name is Michael, and he goes to Georgia Tech, and I love him, and I'm very proud of him. But still, he's got one time to step out of line with my daddy or my stepmom, and that'll be it.
That's it. Yep. You
That's
do
it.
not tread on my family.
If I respect them still, no matter what, you'll respect them still, no matter what.
That's right.
That's
That's it.
life.
Well, moving on to, we're getting ready to have to pay the bills again. These dang breaks come quicker and quicker. But whenever we come back, we're going to talk about some celebrities that will surprise you to know that they are actually multiracial themselves. And I see one here on the screen that I had no idea he was multiracial. So whenever
Oh.
we come back, we will discuss this and a little bit more. Thank you for listening to Ladies Talk. Hang tight. We will be right back.
See you, Spanish.
I don't know. We'll fix that to check it out though.
Yeah,
His
we gotta
last name
check-
is Munoz.
we got to investigate the situation.
You know, it's like the M with the.
With tilde.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what that's called. You know, I just go. Everybody knows.
See, because I can read your air notes.
That's right. See, that's we girls.
We girls.
See,
But
my-
you and OG, you know, so I
Yeah,
got
that's
to give
right.
you mad respect.
Yeah.
That's too funny because I've never heard of OG.
What? Tupac. My God, where were you in '90s rap when rap was real?
I know, right?
She wasn't listening to rap, girl.
Obvious.
I was raising kids.
Man,
She was listening to
I was-
country music.
I listen to that too. I listen to everything.
She was
Every single
listening to
thing.
some China Twain or
I probably was
Shania.
Shania. What is it?
Well, you know,
China
Shania Twain. Reba McEntire.
And that
Reba,
Reba?
that's the-
Gosh,
I love
Reba
Reba.
was great. I just
Garth.
hated when my hair was all big and red because I would be like, look, she's like Reba McEntire. Like,
Nothing wrong with that. I love big hair.
big hair.
I love it. The
80s.
bigger, my grandma said, the higher the hair, the closer to God.
Oh, really?
Because she was a beautician and she teased the shit out of her hair, and she taught me how to tease. I still tease my hair. I don't care about. I don't care if it's thin or not. I want the big hair. That's just that's life.
She's like, I want the big hair.
Yeah. Like those lizards that when they get scared, they're just like that. It's like this. I remember doing that like in middle school, like with the rave hairspray, like who could have the highest hair.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
I
my
remember that
God,
with the
it's so
Aquanet.
awful.
Yes.
Oh God, it's so awful. Well, I had rave number 4. That was my go-to.
So mine was Aquanet.
Yeah.
See, my
Tanya's
grandma
was
had that, but I
Aquanet.
had rave.
And I took that big round brush and I dried. I did big hair too though.
Yeah, your hair was
I had
nice.
some big
though.
hair,
Mine
yeah.
was.
And Tanya would do all the hairspray and then the brush and then put in a ponytail and a hat. And I'm like, okay, we just spent like 30 minutes with you doing your hair. And now it's going into a ponytail.
Hey, I do that sometimes now. Like I'll go the whole straightening or like just the big curling iron to get the frizz out, and then I'll pull it up in a ponytail.
I just
But it's
don't
not-
wash my hair, so I just don't care.
Oh my gosh.
I'll straighten it, but then I'm just like my hair's curly, so I'm just like whatever. I just
See,
It
that's
is
what I
what it
love
is.
about Crystal's hair. It's like Crystal has wash and go hair.
yeah,
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh,
great.
yeah.
And it's always so pretty.
And she does too, but until about an hour or two afterwards, the next.
So this is the
thing you know-
bathroom still.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is.
So I have to pee.
Oops, I didn't mean that.
Oh, that's like a jumpy chair. I don't like that.
She's like, it's a jumpy chair.
It's like,
It launched you.
yeah, like it launched me out. So that's pretty good.
Oh, Crystal, bring it over here.
No, I'm not going to bring it over there.
I need a refill.
Yeah, I had not thought about this before until you brought that up today. But the whole, I don't have a brother close enough in age to have to worry about the same, you know. No, my brother's like 6 foot something now, 17 years old, almost 18 years old. But that was my sister for me. It doesn't matter. I think it's because we're older.
Mhm.
It does not really matter. It might have been worse. That was like, I don't know. Yeah, I got in trouble for getting on my sister real bad. But
I had more than. I know there's at least 3 different times that I've fought.
it's more embarrassing for them.
Yes.
But I think I'm in the same situation as you are. Being the oldest period on, both families. I have lots of younger male cousins, and I remember we took them out trick or treating on Halloween around Norris Lake.
Oh, I remember Norris Lake. That's where Scotty lived.
Well, we lived there for a while too. And we were taking them out trick or treating, and there's these kids, and they're just like, they're cussing and all this stuff, and I was like, no, you are exposing my cousins to something. No, it was just an overprotective thing, and I haven't gotten rid of that though. Yeah, being a mom definitely did not get rid of the overprotective. My poor kids.
I get fired up when it comes to my kids. The people I care
I've gotten
about.
teachers
Poor
fired
kids.
every year from when
Have
Anthony
you?
was in 6th grade all the way to 9th grade. Somebody had to go. Sorry.
Somebody had to go.
Had to go.
I joked whenever I took Beth out of Newton County High School. Because, we just went through that whole bullying thing and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, I called the Board of Education to get the whole system involved, if they weren't handling it
Yeah,
right.
I remember that.
And I did that so many times. So when I took Beth out of Alcovia, I said, I bet you they are just like, hooray, fucking
We
right.
were
Get
like,
them out of here. I know they did, but they need to put their people and their kids in check. I mean, their teachers in check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, do your job.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it for you if you'd like. We
Yeah.
can.
Oh gosh, Victor Lee at the elementary school. I mean, middle school, and now he's at the high school.
Wait.
Mr. Lee.
Was he at Liberty?
Mhm.
Oh, he was. That was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I had one run in with him, and that was all he wanted of me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Now
you can bully whoever you want to here, but you're not gonna bully me, buddy. I was like, I'll come. I'm not your student. Don't tell me to tone it down because I'll be as loud as I'm grown.
Scotty
He
walked
didn't
up
want
in
no
there.
more.
Scotty walked up in there with video record with his phone hanging off like this, and he was like, "You can't be recorded, Scotty. This is public property."
I
can
remember
record
Will in
wherever I
London.
want."
I think it was London or Will. Shirley's son had a problem there too.
Shirley's
Mr. Lee.
another badass man.
All
I'm
you
telling you
had,
what.
and she went in there. She was like, "I'm gonna call my cousin Misty." He's like, "You dealt with her son Anthony," and he was just like, "No need for that."
Don't want none.
You don't want
Just
none.
Google her.
Yeah, Google it.
I will catch you so bad. Please.
But the thing is, the kids can't take it for themselves, and a lot of
Mm-mm.
times,
But if they try to, they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So, and like, what y'all do to me? You don't put me on assets? No.
And the parents, there's a lot of parents out there that don't listen to their kids.
Well,
They
there's a
just
lot of
don't
parents
listen
too
to them.
that also send their kids to school with the mindset that the teacher needs to raise them. That ain't their damn job.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's true.
And then you know what though? In some teachers' defense, not all the time, but then you got those kids that don't have any respect for teachers.
That's true
because,
too. Because they're not
yes.
taught any respect at
Yeah.
home too.
Yep.
But I mean, that's true. But it sucks. That's why I try to explain to my kids that you give them a break, man. They have a life too. I mean, they might just be having. You don't know what's happening in their life. I mean,
No,
so,
you don't. Mm-mm.
So we've already had that discussion.
Everybody's human.
Yeah, everybody's
But-
got issues.
We are back. Yeah, I had no idea this kid right here, but yeah, you're right, Munez. It's got to be Hispanic. I haven't read it. All right. We are back.
We're back.
We're back, and we're talking about we were just discussing how walking up in schools and setting people straight whenever they mess with our kids and our siblings, brothers, sisters. I mean, it's amazing what, I don't know. It's a defense mode that we get into when it comes to people that we care about and we love.
Well, it's like when I was growing up, because I'm the youngest, my brother was 17 years older than me, and my sister was 15 years older than me.
Wow.
Stuff like Anthony
That's a
and
huge
Jonah.
gap. Yeah,
have-
but
I have
yes,
that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, I didn't, but I had cousins, and my cousin Trell, who does my hair now.
We won't say where she works.
We
Keep
won't say where
going.
she works, but
I'm kidding.
but she was so it was Trell and my cousin Keita, but I could always count on Trell to fight for me. Sometimes she was fighting and
I've
she didn't
never
even know
known a
why.
non-fighting trail.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's like she's all up in it, and and sometimes she come back later and like, okay, what was the fight about? And I was like, yeah, and so when I came down here and I had to fight my own battles for the first time, I'm like,
Don't
oh,
make me call
snap.
my cousin.
Yeah, it was like, don't make me call my. I was like, oh wait, I need to handle this. Okay.
I went through that. I mean, I always had older cousins because on my mom's side there was 32 of us, and since my mom was the baby girl out of 7, that made me and Sean the younger of most of the cousins. So we had Beverly and Angela and all of them, and I'm just going to tell you, and Paula and
Never
Roland,
mind.
and I'm just going to. Only thing you had to do is just mention their last name, and
That's
yeah, everybody'd be like, okay, they just wouldn't mess with you anymore. I mean, they really wouldn't. I mean, they
It's
were
like,
just.
never mind. It's not worth it.
If you've ever heard of Bebe's kids, bad kids, they were bad, and I mean, they were, and they're not bad now. I mean, Angela is a lot like Misty in a way, and she married a Hispanic guy. She's got 2 boys, and she is a badass mom. I mean, those boys, she can look at them and they just know.
Keela's a great mom too.
Keela is, yes, yep. She moved away from us, and thank gosh we do have social media and can keep in
Yeah.
touch with her. But yeah, she's another one. We do have some strong women in our family.
I
Without a doubt.
enjoy that. I can't stand a weak mom. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, because everybody has to learn. But I mean, like, if you're like 45 and
And your
like,
kids are running over you
I'm just like,
and
where
running your
do they
house.
do this?
Yes.
Who does this?
Yeah, I'm like, where do they do that at?
Yeah.
You
that's me.
sometimes I feel bad because, and I know I'm probably getting off topic here, but my kids are grown and they've all made some choices, and they're all dealing with their choices in different ways and learning from them as we all do. But my kids, like, whenever they really need me, they know I'm here, but they know not to come to me with the BS.
Yeah.
Don't come to me with the BS, the stuff
Right.
that I mean, my youngest one still, she's my baby, and your baby will always be your baby. She still tries me sometimes because she knows she's got my heart. But at the same time, she knows mom's all about some tough love. And I think that's where it comes. It all comes into play with tough love. And you just got to let them learn from their mistakes and stuff like that sometimes. But they still know you're there for them.
Right.
And you can do both. You really can do both. So, but anyway, we could talk about our kids all day because we're all moms and we all feel very strongly when it comes to people we love and our children. But I found,
And other people's children too, because
Yeah, I love all kinds of kids.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
you
Yeah.
come after my Zaylee and you got a situation.
and I can say sitting at this table right now, all 4 of us, I know for an absolute fact, we go post something on Facebook that's going on with one of our kids, we're all gonna be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
We need
what-
my
Right.
back. We got this. Where we at?
What we doing? What we doing?
Where we need
what
to
we
be.
doing. Yep. So that's pretty awesome. And a lot of people are listening know that about us too. So all right, 20 celebrities that may surprise you that they are multiracial. Now, number 1, I didn't mean to skip past her, but was Naomi
Campbell.
Naomi Campbell. What did I say? Watts?
Who is
Naomi
Frankie
Watts?
Munoz?
He was Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, okay.
He's a lot less cute.
Naomi Campbell is beautiful, and
Girl, yes.
I really, for a long time, I did not know that she was mixed. I mean, I really didn't.
You only hear stories about her being super.
How about her
mean and
grandmother
rude.
is Chinese?
That's cool.
It says her paternal grandmother was Chinese, making her a quarter Chinese. That's kind of interesting, but and I can screw anything up on the internet. You get.
I hate it when they do that.
So then there's this is who really surprised me. It was Frankie Muniz.
Munoz. They forgot the little.
Oh,
What's
okay.
it? Yeah.
Tilde.
Yeah, they forgot that tilde. Thank
He
you.
was born to an Italian mother and a Puerto Rican father. If I looked at him, I would have just said he's white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
I mean,
That's not all I would have said, but yeah.
yeah, he's cute.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
You
He
wouldn't have
has-
said that.
No, he has
See?
nice eyes though.
He's got nice eyes. See, I think he's cute. Oh yeah, we could do that
I
too.
just picture him as a kid. That's the problem there.
That's
is
weird,
that
isn't it? He should
right.
be Malcolm in the Middle. What is this?
Right.
I don't
Malcolm
like
in
that.
the middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like that.
All right. She's got beautiful eyes
Yes, she
too. We
does.
are looking at Alexis. I don't know who this is.
Liddell. She was from Gilmore Girls.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I really
okay.
don't watch this much TV.
Are you
I don't even-
sure?
I really
Because
don't.
she is half
I have too many
Mexican.
kids. If it's not on Disney, I don't get to watch it.
She's half Mexican and half Argentinian.
I need to be that.
She's
You
beautiful.
need to be
I
that.
don't know.
Can somebody help me?
Girl, you're beautiful.
Thank you. I
She
try.
I wish this worked a little bit better. Steve
What?
Jobs. Steve Jobs, isn't he somebody with Apple or
He's
something like
dead.
that?
But yeah, he
yeah,
was at
he,
Apple.
he was with Apple.
Oh, he's dead.
Wasn't he the founder?
Yeah, he
he,
was one of the-
created the
yeah.
app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, his biological father was. I thought that was like.
Syrian.
Syrian.
I can kind of see that though.
Yeah.
But why they say his biological father, like he just skipped out on him.
Wait, no, maybe his mom got a sperm donor.
You don't never know. I mean, Syrians
You
could
never
be
know.
deadbeats too. You never know.
Wow.
Ooh, she's cute.
Oh, I know. I think I know who this is.
Nora
Jones.
Jones.
Yes, I
Uh,
love her. So
Oh, wait, doesn't she have a beautiful singing voice? Is that the
she
same
does.
Nora?
That's her.
Girl.
well, she's half Indian, duh.
Mhm.
She looks Indian.
Her dad's also a musician.
Oh, really?
She could sing.
She's got some
All the
amazing.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
has an amazing voice.
Oh,
Neo's maternal grandfather was Chinese. So look at those eyes, though. I could see that.
Yeah, you can definitely see
I could
that.
see that.
hey, we have more people watching and listening.
Yay.
They tell me
hi.
they say I look so cute.
You do look
Hey
cute.
Shannon, hey Isabella, I love y'all.
Um,
Isabella's my Colombian best friend, so I have interracial relationships all over the place. Just so y'all know, she's pretty.
David Gallagher. Not sure who he is.
He's a singer.
He's a good looking
Wait,
guy.
wait, no,
No.
he's not a singer. He's from Party of. Wait, no.
What's that Party of
No,
Five?
no, the preacher one.
Yeah,
Heaven.
Seventh
Seventh
that's
Heaven.
it.
Oh, yep.
He was
Oh,
the-
okay.
He
He's
was
just
not-
older
What was
now.
his name?
He's much cuter too when he was.
I can't remember his
Right.
name.
Just before the twins, though, he was the youngest
Yeah,
one.
he
Yeah,
was super adorable.
Because it was Lucy, Mary, then the twins were
That's too
Sam and
long.
David.
I don't know.
I can't
that
remember
man
his
just
name,
ruined
though.
it all when he
I'm
was
just-
doing all that
I'm
crap.
surprised that you know that. I don't watch a lot of TV.
Girl, I was all into Seventh Heaven.
Oh, how about that? Well, David was born to a Cuban mom and an Irish dad. Hey, I got some Irish in me.
I can see that.
The Irish eyes are smiling.
Sarah Paxton, who's looking like a Pamela Anderson, but Sarah Paxton. Anybody know who Sarah Paxton is?
No,
I bet you the guys, if the
She's
guys
hot,
were
though.
down
She's got
here,
great
they'd know who
boobs.
she is because
they're
she's
not
hot.
real. She's got really pretty
She's
eyes though.
blonde and she's got big boobs
She's
and
got
a
a really
beautiful
nice
smile.
Oh, wait, how can you tell they're not real, Misty?
Because if I had the money to do it, I'd still get fake boobs too.
And they're like,
She can't be that blessed.
well,
you know you can't be
not
that-
with that hair, the eyes, the
Or
smile,
just like
and the
Beyonce.
boobs.
Beyonce is super like you'd think she's perfect, but when she was little, she had to have her ear surgically pinned back.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because you can't have everything because that's not fair. That's why. That's why I'm not thin. So
Well, believe it or not, this blonde bombshell is half Mexican,
She's
and I would
beautiful.
not have believed that. So,
yes, this man.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's beautiful. Let's get that. right.
quarter Chinese and quarter Hawaiian.
He is so
Ooh.
pretty. He didn't
I can
age
see
that
that.
well, but
I
boy,
didn't
he's so
know that.
pretty.
I did not know that.
Oh yes.
Wentworth Miller.
Who is that?
He's half
Prison
black
Break.
and half white.
Oh my
You know,
God,
look, they
that
say
show.
half black and half white. I mean, they
at
don't
that.
use
Look
the
at
proper
that.
terminology. But look at that. Yeah.
Just-
Wentworth. I
He's
mean, what a
gorgeous.
name.
Who is
You
he?
just call him perfect.
He
He's
played
from
on Prison Break.
Oh, I don't know
It,
that one.
it,
I
it
haven't
doesn't
watched
matter what else. He could just be there.
I hate that they canceled that show. That was one of my favorite shows.
I didn't even know what happened. I just watched it. In the
Kid
beginning.
Cudi's father was
Yes.
Mexican, which explains his real last name. How you say it, Misty? Come on.
I
Miss
say
Cudi?
Miss
Miss
Cudi.
Cudi.
I say that. I don't know. I don't know him personally.
I don't know him, but he's not bad to look at neither.
That's Anthony. I want to shout out.
Well, I
Anthony
know
the
he's
Kid
a
Cudi.
he's a musician. He's an
Yes,
artist.
he's
Yeah.
a rapper.
Sharon Leal. Let's
I
see
can't
who's
say
that.
her. Oh,
Oh,
I've seen
she
her. and
looks
stuff.
familiar,
Yeah,
but she's half Filipino.
she's pretty.
Yep.
Look at her skin. It's so clear and pretty.
It's flawless.
No. Olivia Munn,
She is hot.
half Chinese. Man, these half Chinese people, they got it. I mean, they really look good. I need some Chinese.
I'm thinking they're just doing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's
I think
one of
because
the
it's more
things-
cliche now to be like half black or something.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly what I was thinking.
I think
And
so,
here's
because
quarter Chinese.
I mean, because y'all, come on, y'all. Where's Halle Berry?
Chad
You got those
Michael,
guys a quarter Chinese. Come
Vanessa
on.
Hudgens. I'm not sure who that is.
What? Scroll down. Scroll
Oh.
down. Look at this girl.
Oh.
You don't know who that is?
Oh,
Are you
no,
crazy?
no.
Oh, that's High School Musical. I guess Beth maybe. too.
Oh, yes. Okay, I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then
yes,
she was
yes,
in Crazy
yes, yes.
Movies and just showed her boobs,
Yep,
and
yep.
she dated Zac Efron.
And she's a little bit of everything but white and black.
Yes,
she's got
she's so pretty.
Irish, Spanish, Filipino, and Chinese.
super pretty.
She is like
She's
a
pretty
super
too.
hot.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Shannon Elizabeth. She's half Arab.
She's pretty too.
Hello, you reached Lady Talk. You're live.
Crystal,
What? What'd I do? Hi,
It's me
Tammy.
again. It's me again, Margaret. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I'm pouring me another glass of wine. And I do have something to say on this topic.
Oh, yay. Did you know that Bob Marley was mixed?
Yes, I did.
I did
His
not
daddy
know
was,
that.
His daddy was English.
Yes, I did know that.
I had
Oh.
no idea. I mean, I'm telling you, I probably would have bet money that he was not mixed. So how about that?
Look at his smile, though. That's so
Yep.
pretty.
Wow.
His
pretty.
smile is contagious. Yep. So what you got?
That's a surprise right there.
Well, I'm like you in a way. Okay. I'm class of 79, so I'm really old school. And I was raised really old school by my dad.
Right.
It was one of these, you bring somebody of another color to my house and I will bury you.
Yep.
You know, I mean, period. That
You
was
will
it.
not be allowed to come home.
No.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the way that I grew up. That's how I lived my life, et cetera, et cetera. And then I have my oldest granddaughter will be 21 tomorrow. Next week. And first she was married to a white guy. And then the next thing I know, she's lesbian. And then I log on to Facebook one day, and this is during her lesbian transition. And there's a positive pregnancy test on posted. And I'm like, wait a minute.
How did
You're
that
lesbian. How are
happen?
you pregnant? You know?
Oh.
So I get a hold of her. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? They got preloaded toys I don't know about or what? I mean,
I'm sure they do.
you know, you're pregnant and you have a girlfriend. This makes sense. So then, about 2 months into the pregnancy, I find out that she's pregnant with a mixed baby. Well, having been raised the way I was raised, I had a really hard time with that
Right.
for a few months. You know, I was like,
Yep. How how am I going to do this? You know, yeah, I'm sure.
Exactly, that whole thing. But the closer she got to her due date, it didn't matter anymore.
Right.
And now I have got the most precious 6-month-old great grandbaby. And oh God, that hurts when I say that.
Aw, that is so awesome, though. I mean, you know, it's just proof that, I mean, love is love and life is life. And you know what? If the people we love can be happy and content and comfortable with who they are, we should support that. And I know being raised like you were and like I was, it can be tough sometimes. But I'm going to tell you, it didn't take a whole lot for me. I think my age group is whenever things started to change a little bit, and some of my friends were dating outside of our race. But I had enough respect for my family to where I mean, yeah, there was respect. It was also a little bit of fear that I just knew that, you know, I didn't even try to cross that line, but I just wasn't bold enough to even do it. But, you know, I've never judged.
Me neither.
I've never
Me neither.
judged for those who
Now-
were brave enough to do so. So,
Now, when I was in school, a couple of my best male friends were black. But now my daddy didn't know this. But unfortunately, when I was in junior high was when they released that stupid movie Roots. And I mean, we had a race war in our junior high that you would not believe. And it was uncalled for.
yeah.
Because everybody in the school had been friends right up until they released that movie. And the next thing you know, there were bats and chains and all kinds of stuff being brought to school. We had like 200 police officers at the school the last day of school because it was supposed to be a massive race war, which was ridiculous. We had been friends. We were in our ninth grade. We were in ninth grade, and we had all been good friends since 7th grade.
Wow.
And on the last day of school, we're supposed to kill each other based on the color of our skin because of a movie. And it was sad. It was stupid.
And you know what's
But
sad is
it's
that happens today. I mean, thank God it's not to that extent.
But that's their history.
Yeah.
You can't get mad because somebody represented it in a movie and that what I mean, that hurts. I mean, but we have to, I mean, everybody needs to be strong enough to realize that kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. But I mean, like, I'm not responsible for what somebody, did as a slave owner or anything. However, that's not my history. That's their history. And if it upsets them, I can totally understand. I can put myself in their shoes. But I understand, but things like that need to be seen so that they don't happen again.
Yeah, the movie does need to be seen, but it's sad that people outside of the movie are going to retaliate against the current race.
I don't think that was the point of the movie. I don't think that was the point of the movie. But I mean, that is their history, and I understand that it's not cool and it hurts, and and it's not like that. But everybody at this point in time needs to kind of step away from that, because I mean, nobody that's alive today did any of those things to anybody else. We didn't cause that, but if the longer that we're ignorant and separate, that's what they want. I mean, we can't do anything as a separate people. If we got together, we'd be a whole lot more powerful.
Exactly. I'm not saying that the movie should not have ever been done. It's just that
the reaction to it. Right. Yes.
Well, there was a movie like that when I was in high school too.
Me too.
History is history, and that's you can't change history.
Nope.
But we also cannot be held responsible for what happened 4 generations ago.
Nope. And neither can our kids, and neither can their kids' kids. And I mean, you can't sit here and say, you know what, I'm going to just despise an entire race all because this happened to my great, 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 great grandmother. I heard this story happen, and I'm just going to despise that entire race from here on out. And that's just ridiculous. That's what I call ignorant.
It is. But that's
and it's sad that you had to go through that in school. But you know what? In 1991 or 1992, Newton County High School had that. There was a lockdown. The KKK was on the property at Newton County High School. It was and I guess I don't know how this happened, but I remember it very clearly because there was news reporters and all this stuff out there. But literally, they showed up in there, the whole KKK with the sheets and everything, and on the school property. Wow. It was so bad, and that I'll be honest, I stepped away from school that year. I withdrew myself from school. I was pregnant. I got pregnant very young, and I had all intentions of staying there, but I left and went and got my GED, and I'm like, I'm out. Y'all can have this. Peace.
That happened when I think it was like my 9th or 10th grade year, but I didn't go to school here. I was in South Georgia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was told, my locker was like in 3rd hall or whatever.
And it was all going to go down there, I'm sure.
If you're white and you walk down 3rd hall, then you're getting jumped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, my locker's down there, and I got to go to class.
Yeah.
And plus, I know these people in there are my friends, so I had zero problems walking down 3rd hall. None at all. Nobody had anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That was the view that I took when this race war went down. I was like, no, these are my friends. Mike and Gary and a couple of, I could go on with the whole, they have stuck up for me and protected me for 3 years. And now just because I'm white and they're black, I'm supposed to go out here with a chain.
Right.
So I didn't even go to school the last 3 days of that year. I was like, no, I'm not getting into this. This is ridiculous.
Yep. I've never been for hate of any kind. I mean, regardless of what it is, but yep. No. Well, I am very, very glad you called in and shared the story about your great granddaughter.
Yay! Congratulations!
So
awesome. She's just so precious. She's so precious. Her mommy brought her in yesterday, and I went over and I seen her. And it is so strange because for a mixed baby to look at her, you would not know that she was a mixed child.
Just wait.
Their features do change, and it's all good though, because she's only going to get even more and more beautiful in your eyes, without a doubt. I know you're on my page, and you probably see where I like stuff, and I always like the pictures of Misty's kids, but I have an abundance. I have an abundance of friends that have mixed children, and they're all stunning. I mean, beautiful.
Oh,
they really are.
Oh, Miss Natty Bug's pictures. You've seen Natty's pictures.
Yes.
Her little cousin is mixed, and
I'm going
my
now
God,
to pull them
most
up.
Beautiful child.
Yep.
That is her name is Shaylin, and she is the most beautiful child. She's got black hair, wavy down to her waist, and she is just adorable.
And you said her name is Shaylin?
Grandbaby. Shaylin.
Shaylin, okay.
There's pictures of her. there's pictures of her and Addie together on my page.
Yay.
And she is just a beautiful little girl. And I got a feeling that my great granddaughter's going to look the same.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh.
Without a doubt. Well, Tammy, again, we really do appreciate you. I mean, thanks for calling back and sharing your story with us. And I'm pulling up the pictures of your beautiful family now, so everybody in the studio can see them, because I know you're proud and I'm proud for you. But
Thank you.
time has really slipped by. It's time for us to get ready to say goodnight, and I cannot
That's
believe
right.
that.
I know. I was wondering if I was like, oh no, can I get this call in?
You got it in. Well, we got started a little bit late, so
Yeah, we
it's
did.
okay. It's all right. Well, Tammy,
Okay.
thank you so much. I will be in touch with you on Facebook, of course, and we'll hopefully hear from you next week.
You know it.
All right, sweetheart.
Thank you,
I love
Tammy.
you guys.
We love,
Love
you
you
too.
too.
Bye-bye.
I love
Bye-bye.
y'all.
She's just been such a pleasure, just a joy.
She's so cute.
She really is. Yeah.
She's a cute lady. I love cute ladies. I like in older ladies. That is my total favorite. Old people, I freaking love old people.
You know what? Me too. And I hope
I
other
don't know
people
why. I just love them.
feel that way
Well,
too.
except for when they're like mean and like don't like hugs.
Yeah, 'cause some of them are like
unexpected.
really old and bitter, and I'm like, you know
They
what?
are.
Oh my God,
I'll
that
never
cake.
be that person.
Yeah, no.
That
never
is a
me.
cool cake. See the groovy cake?
That is. I don't know if I'd want to eat that. Though there's so much stuff going on.
Can we just keep it and preserve it? Is there a way to do that? That's a really
Yeah,
cool
'cause
cake though.
I've never seen the cake.
Nuh-uh. And
I
I'm
don't care
not-
if it's ugly or not.
now this right here apparently is her granddaughter, her son. But anyway, while we admire Tammy's
She's cute.
pictures
Oh.
because now we're stalking her
I know.
Facebook page, I want to take a minute to thank you, Shelly, for sitting in with us. You did speak on the mic.
I did.
Yay, good job.
Yay.
Yay. I think you did great for your first time. And Misty, it's such a pleasure to always have you. And I want you to come back more because we just love your personality. And I mean, you've just got so much to share with everybody. Not just on this topic, but
On everything.
on
in the world.
everything. Like yourself. You really, really
I'm a
do.
Gemini. That's what we do. We know a little bit about every single
You
thing.
really do. And I know that you're busy in your life. So the fact that you took a little time out to come be
I
with
just
us
have lots
tonight,
of kids. So.
you do. You
I
have a few.
Yeah, I'm working on a team.
Man, I'm going to be honest. When I heard that, you were pregnant this last time, I was like,
we were all
no
surprised
way. I thought this was, I really thought it was
I
like
know.
some joke.
because when my youngest daughter was born, everybody's like, "How many more are you gonna have?" I was like, "That's it. I'm not having any more." And now after this one's born, everyone's like, "How many more?" I don't know. However many. I like them.
Whatever comes up, comes
Yeah,
out.
they're
That's how
cute.
many I'll have. So,
Yeah, I'm just doing my part,
and they are gorgeous.
and they're very
kids.
well adjusted
Yep.
for the most part.
Well, they are. They're
Just
great.
enough dysfunction to make them funny later on.
She's like, just a splash
You
of
gotta
dysfunction.
do that. You gotta do that.
Yep. Well, I'm trying to recall everything that's going on this coming up weekend. Our lives have been so crazy. As we said earlier, the month of October has been the month of
is-
October.
Yeah, it's
is
been
way
a
too
10.
fast.
It's been a TKO.
I know that I don't want to go into a somber moment, but I'm going to pay a little bit of respect to a man who raised me, and I call him Dad. We lost him this past Tuesday, and we will be saying our goodbyes to him Saturday. Me and my brother and my family. So everybody keep all us in our prayers for that. I hate bringing up sad things, and it is sad, but I love him. And he was strong in his beliefs, but he did, he supported us whenever we believed in something and loved something. So I respect him for that. And he will be missed. Like I said, I called him Dad. He adopted me whenever I was 2 or a little bit before I was 2. So he's just as good as a father to me.
Who's
So
your daddy?
He's your
he is
daddy.
my dad.
Daddies
yeah.
don't mean blood.
Nope, that's
That's
right.
right.
And my heart goes out to my brother. He's one of the strongest guys I know. We spoke a lot of him tonight, but this is naturally hard for him and his girls and his wife and our family. And the one good thing is we'll all be coming together Saturday, and that would most definitely make my dad happy because anyway, that's what he wanted more than anything. Every time I would talk to him, he'd be like, "Have you talked to your grandmama?" Have you talked to your brother? Have you talked? I mean, that was always his thing. So I know that we'll all be together in his honor this weekend. So that's kind of what I'll be doing. Of course, we have a live show tomorrow morning. Just for Fun Radio will be live, so y'all make sure you tune in. Doc, what else is going on outside of that?
Well, let's see. This weekend, I'm actually out of town. I'm in Kansas for
Kansas.
Kansas.
Oh, I missed that,
Here, you go
Toto.
there.
Yeah.
I said, who goes to Kansas?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, Benny actually got hired to do a wedding out there. So we fly out tomorrow and we'll be back Sunday, I think.
Oh, at least you're flying.
Girl, we couldn't do
Yeah.
no more road trips. I am done with road trips.
Oh, you don't want to do 17 and a half hours in the
Mm-mm.
car.
You
Mm-mm.
can take my 5 kids with you when you go.
Well,
mean,
I've
I'm
only
just
done it
saying.
with 2 so far, and maybe I need a couple
They
more.
don't like my playlist, and I don't understand why.
So, and then I think the following weekend, we've got the Old Town Conyers Festival and the CIDP Walk and Roll in Decatur. And Tammy Hammonds and her daughter Kimby are actually going to be in the studio with us for a little while Monday morning talking about that. So, yeah.
It's weird to see screenshot. They're sending me screenshots of myself. I'm like, wait, my posture, no.
She's like, wait,
I'm
my
comfortable
posture.
now. Stop. You're looking.
So that's
Well,
it.
we really do appreciate everybody for listening in and all that good stuff. It means a lot that we have all our listeners that return and our new listeners that listen in for Misty and for our topic tonight. Thank you so much. We'll be live again next Thursday. I don't know what the topic is
I don't
next
know what the
Thursday.
topic
Y'all feel free to listen in though when I'm not here too. It's
Oh, wait,
it's
are we at
sweet.
Rob's?
It's
I think we're
awesome.
at Rob's next Thursday. Is
Oh, I
it the
hope
22nd?
so. That would be pretty cool. Rob's performance.
Yeah, if it's the 22nd, we're at Rob's.
That would be pretty awesome because it's always so much fun whenever we get to get out of the studio and broadcast live from one of our
From our sponsors.
sponsors.
That's the benefit of being a sponsor.
That's going to be sweet. And if anybody's interested in sponsoring, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. Just for Fun Radio is a great way to get your name out there. We're out and about, and whenever we are, we got you on our team. We tell everybody about you. We got a pretty strong family of sponsors, and everybody sticks together. So if you'd like to advertise your business on Just for Fun Radio, please reach out to anyone involved. Of course, 678-878-7376 is Scotty's number. You can call him personally or text him. But we would love to have you a part of Just for Fun Radio. And also, while I'm thinking about sponsors, Social House. On Halloween, we will be there. And there's going to be a costume contest with some great prizes. So everybody pick out your favorite costume and make plans to join us at the Social House on Halloween. That right there is going to be a good time. I already know it because I'm already working on my costume. I don't know what it's going to be just yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm going to be a traveling gypsy.
Traveling gypsy.
I'm going to be a gypsy.
Heck yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. I know Scotty's got a couple of weddings that he's going to be working on Saturday. So I know that's where he'll be. And anybody else got anything else they want to throw out there? I want to thank everybody who showed up at St. Jude's Children's Charity this past Sunday. We've seen a lot of familiar faces out there, and they raised over $5,000 for the kids at St. Jude's. So
That's
that
cool.
was pretty cool.
That is pretty good.
Yep. So anytime that we can be a part of stuff like that, it's a good time.
Anything, yeah, helping kids. is
Helping
great. That's
kids,
a great
yep.
cause.
Yep.
Yes. So I guess we're out. What are you taking us out on?
I'm taking us out on a song in honor of my dad because he was a lover of music and he loved some Hank Williams Jr. and he loved Kid Rock, and this little duo is going to do him well.
All right.
So I'm going to take it out on that. I was going to do something, but this is what I'm going out on. So anyway, everybody wave to the camera. We love you all. Thank you for tuning into Ladies Talk on Just for Fun Radio. We will be back next Thursday at 7-ish. Until then, peace out.
Peace out.
Yes. My dad loves some Kid Rock and some Hank Williams Jr. Just so happens Scotty had this on here. So.
I don't know. When I die, I want somebody to just please play dueling banjos. Just because, only because that it just amazes me, and I can't play any instrument. I could sing, and that's all I do. And I just want to play that, and I never can do it. So I think it's amazing. I don't even know what it's for. Like, was that The Devil Went Down to Georgia? Is that what that is? No, that's what I want. That's it.
What is it?
The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh
Probably not the
my
best
God.
thing to play, but I don't care.
Well, Frankie wanted, and I'm really bad about calling him Frankie because me and him were such good friends that,
That's not a bad thing.
no, it's not. But I mean, because whenever I would say dad, it would be like, who you talking about? Well, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about,
It's like, yeah, well, everybody called him that. So
yeah,
it's like, that's cool.
everybody called him Frank. But we had a pretty amazing relationship. I was telling them, everybody say goodbye to the camera.
Night, night, YouTube land. I'll see you in the morning.